Hello, and welcome to yet another Q&A Thursday where I'm your host, Dane, and to my right, Levi Gates.
Hey, Dane, what's going on, man?
Oh, just the huge. And to my left, Anthony Fisher.
Happy to be here, Dane. Thanks for having me.
We're all happy to be here. This is a nice place to be. And speaking of places to be, before you guys get to your housekeeping, I have a little housekeeping of my own to address.
All right, Mr. Dane Hennon.
Kind of a big deal, so I'm hopeful that all of you watching right now are sitting down, but Q&A is moving. It's
To what day?
No, it's still Thursday.
Phew.
It's still going to be Thursday.
about that.
Actually, everything is going to be exactly the same,
Thursdays,
except for one thing.
2 to 4
Dane, I
Mountain
really don't want to
Standard
have to
Time.
move to another state. I don't like Rhode Island.
Okay, we won't pick Rhode Island.
Why are we really pick Rhode Island?
We won't pick New Jersey either.
I thought we were going to Maine.
Okay, so we're going to the podcast channel. We have the Rag Company podcast.
So this room
YouTube
stays
channel.
the same.
Yeah, the room doesn't move.
The people here stay the same.
Everything is exactly the same except for the channel we're streaming on.
Gotcha. So I need to cancel my U-Haul truck.
Yeah, I guess.
No Rhode Island, thank God.
You got some places to be, some things
Close.
to move.
I thought you had asked
Yeah.
me also, not only were you going to get that U-Haul, but you said you wanted to borrow Green Bean, and I had to figure out how I was going to
Wow.
do a dump run.
Yeah.
I want to
So
see
that
that
I- 'cause I
RSX
gotta
tow
get that-
trailer.
I gotta
That's
get
all.
that
Full of
truck
trash.
out. It's got a bunch
So,
of garbage in
Dane,
it.
the
Yeah.
Q&A Thursdays are going to be moving from the main channel to
Yeah.
the podcast channel.
It was something that
The Rag Company
admittedly
podcast channel.
I had always eventually planned for us to do that. And
Yeah.
I'd heard murmurs of people going, I wish we'd move that over. It doesn't really fit with the other stuff we do on the main channel. I get it. I understand. It's a sit-down show. Goes on for 2 hours. It's a little long, a lot of chat, not a lot of like detailing happening in it, which some people come to this channel looking for action shots,
Yeah,
detailing,
right.
explaining that kind of stuff. This is very helpful, but it's kind of different than what some people are looking for. And I can understand that. So as the resident podcast creator, I'm making the executive decision. We're going to move.
Executive
So
decision.
that
Dane Hennon,
is what's
executive.
happening. We are going to be on the Rag Company podcast YouTube channel. So this is my advice to you.
Okay.
If you're not already subscribed there, what are you doing? Please go over there, open a new tab. Keep this one open. Open a new tab if you're on your computer. Subscribe to the Rag Company podcast YouTube channel. Get that settled. Make sure you click the bell so you're notified when we go live there. And that way, you will not only get Q&A Thursday, but you will also get the Rag Company podcast, which is fun. We kind of go offbeat. It's a good time. So you'll get both there. That will be the sit down and talk, have a conversation channel.
Okay.
Then here on the main Rag Company channel, you're going to get
This is where
more
this is where they get the
More
Twitch stream.
of that detailing goodness. Sometimes live detailing shows, but also pre-recorded stuff. And it's just going to be more focused.
Okay.
That's all. So just looking out for everybody, and I hope y'all understand. But if you haven't done so, please go subscribe to the Rag Company podcast YouTube channel. And while you're here, give this video a like.
Well,
just
and
so
what
we're
most
go
people
ahead
don't
and-
realize is like we've already been doing that. We've been streaming it live here on this channel, and then we've been storing it on the podcast channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We've been putting the reruns over there,
not
basically.
really going anywhere. It's just
Yeah.
going to go there. It's going to stream from there.
The
Now
live show will be
there
officially
is a
there.
problem.
Ooh, what's the problem?
Super chats.
Yeah, the channel is small enough right now. It's not monetized, so there won't be super chats for a little bit. So that's why we need the subscribers there to open it up to people
Right.
so we can do more of the food reviews, the fun stuff.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
love all those things. Yeah.
So I don't mean to pressure you guys, but it is kind of up to you to determine when that happens for
Yeah.
us to be able to do that.
Agreed.
Okay.
So
I like it.
Yeah, starting next week, Q&A will be over there.
Cool.
Yeah,
Right on.
That's it.
So all right, there's another elephant in the room. There's actually multiple elephants
Couple
in
of
the
them.
room,
We've
right?
got a couple things.
couple wild elephants just running around, and we're like, hey, somebody grab that elephant by the trunk and pull it in, right? So there are some things on this table. We're not going to, we're not going to, how do I say this? We can't hide the fact that there's things on this table. However, we have a kind of a rule that we're gonna create right now.
Ooh.
There is 3 new products here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
There are 3 new products.
There are is are my whole thing. So there are 3 new products here.
Okay.
We are going to talk about one of these products at the end of today's Q&A. Specifically, when about the last 15 to 10 minutes, we'll talk about one of these products
That's a long time.
a little more in depth, right? So you got to stick around. But the choice, the product that we talk about is going to be up to you. So, you're going to comment down below which product you would like to see.
But we're not going to talk about it until the very end.
Until the very end, yeah. So just comment down below on what product you would like to see us open up, talk about, explain, and the other two will continue to be a mystery. You know, some of these things you may have already seen a tease on.
We're also going to have a new product review at the beginning of the third hour.
Oh. Wait, there's a third hour?
Yeah, there's a new product that we have to review.
Oh, yes.
During the third hour, during the second hour, I mean, not the third hour, the second hour, the 3 o'clock.
Yes.
Oh,
correct.
okay.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry, my brain was getting
unrelated.
No,
unrelated.
it's pretty much related. It's what's going to be on the table at the time.
All right.
At the time, it'll be relatable.
Okay. Make this simple. There's 3 products here. Choose one of them. Everybody comment what you would like to see
Of these three.
Middle.
An unboxing, an unbagging, whatever you want to call it, and then for us to talk about and explain. Then the other 2 products will continue to be a mystery.
If you can't tell what it is, just say who it's in front of, and then
but here's the
that'll
thing.
work.
If you really, 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 really want to know, what do you
Gabe
say?
says he's doing a poll.
Gabe's going to do a poll.
So he's going to make sure people click on the poll. So I guess we will honor the results of the poll.
We will honor the results of the poll.
Here's the thing. I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, that's what it was.
Gabe, you cannot label what the product names are. You have
Yeah, you can't do that.
Product 1, product 2, product 3. You can't say what it is because it'll give it away.
Yeah, don't say that, Gabe. So
Just say Levi product, Dane product, or Anthony product.
There you go.
Then you know.
There you go.
He
Levi's
ruins
product,
it.
Anthony's product,
Yeah.
Dane's product. Sure.
So here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
If you want to learn more and you cannot wait,
Yeah, where do you go?
you go to theragcompany.com and you sign up for the newsletter.
Okay, gotcha.
You go right to the bottom,
Yeah.
you sign up for the details, the newsletter, and that will notify you as soon as those products are ready to go. So, Gabe, we said
I'll explain.
Okay.
Levi product, Dane product, Anthony product.
Yeah. So basically, your 3 options are blue product under Levi, bag of under Dane.
Bag under Dane.
Bag of
I
under
don't know if
Dane.
we want the bag under Dane.
I like a bag of under
and
Dane.
box under Anthony. So
Anthony's box, Dane's bag.
Anthony's
It should have been.
Thanks,
That's what
bud.
it should have
box
been.
in Anthony's lap.
So helpful.
Yep, so don't mix those up.
Okay.
Just in case you thought this was a serious
So-
detailing show.
Go to theragcompany.com. If you haven't already, sign up for the newsletter. That way you are notified as soon as these new products are available to purchase.
And they will
for
be
yourself.
available very soon. So, but we just wanted to give you guys a tease, and we didn't want to, spill everything. We wanted to just make a small little drop.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go ahead and jump into some questions here.
Starting. That's not the first
Oh.
one. Don't vomit now. We're going to get
Dane.
Joey Belinsky out the way right off the bat here saying, Happy Thursday, brochachos. The sprayer of my HC TR1 broke. I can't seem to find the sprayer individually. What would you guys replace it with?
Anything that fits.
You can get a Tolco out there, yeah.
Any of those will work. You can get, it's a pretty
It's threaded
generic
to be
sprayer.
fairly
like sprayer
friendly.
pattern or thread pattern. So you can put it just about any sprayer you had on there.
Yeah.
Tolcos work really great. A lot of people like use them.
Mm-hmm.
Or what you could do, Joey, is if you got the new 360,
The 360 does not have the
you could
length.
steal the head
Oh,
with
the
the
head,
comfort
so the
grip
head, yeah.
and the hose on
Yeah,
your long
you
one.
just take
Put it
the
on
hose
there and use that.
That's true.
Do a little surgery.
Yeah. Dan Pfeiffer says, good afternoon and word up from Minnesota, USA. Happy Friday Eve, TRC gang. Little slow on the detailing front this time of year with the winter weather. What's your number one winter washing tip?
Well, Dan, we've always talked about this. Hot rinseless baths.
Yeah.
Hot rinseless action in the bath, or not in the bath, but in the garage. With your
This show's
favorite,
gone off the
with your
rails. It's
favorite
barely been
rinseless.
9 minutes.
Nice piping hot in a Yeti bucket. The other thing is
Oh, man.
plumb your hot water from your house into your garage.
But these are
hook up your pressure
realistic
washer.
detailing
You don't got to
tips.
worry about it, man. That's
Something
good. That's
the
how we
average
do it.
person could maybe do.
I just said it. Hot rinseless washes. No, now
You gotta keep
Dan,
your stress
so
levels down, buddy.
here's some stuff that we can do. So the car washes run warm water,
Yeah.
pay and sprays. So you can head on over there, use their pressure washers.
Yep.
Especially
Rinse
try
everything
and get the one closest to your house.
The one over here is sneaky, though. They charge you an extra $1 if you want to use hot water.
What?
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
That's
When
the
you
way
go
I
through the
would do it.
automated
If I ran
wash,
that
they're
one-
like, get some add-ons for your wash. And you're like, ooh, I'm the car lever package. Click on that, and they're like, would you like to do an add-on? You could double your dryer time for
Smart.
$1 or get hot water for $1. And you're like,
Hate the world
it's already
we live in right
$15
now.
bucks.
That's
the
nice.
world
I
we
like
live
that. So,
Subscription fees everywhere.
but yeah, you could go to the Paint Spray. You could find the one closer to your house. So you don't have to drive so much. Try and do it on a dry day. Use that to knock off the heavy amount. Usually what Anthony and I will do if we need to use that is I just go in straight with the high pressure soap and soak the car down, and then I hit it with the rinse, and then I hit it with the spot free water. And that way I just knock the heavy dirt and grime off. Then I'll drive it with the spot free back to my house, pull it in the garage, and then go right into a rinseless wash. That way I don't have a lot of grime on the inner fender wells. It's only basically some of the drier stuff that I kicked up.
Okay.
But it's enough that I can rinse it off myself, and I don't have to worry because I can get it with an IK, something like that.
Sure.
So that's one of the ways I do it, Anthony. You can also use your steamer. If you have your steamer, you can bust it out and spray some stuff.
Yeah. Trying to think, man. Gosh, for the most part, yeah. I mean, winter washing tips. There's a few. It just depends on your environment, really. What is your environment?
How warm is it? Like today, it's 50 degrees and raining.
I know.
You could wash out in the driveway today.
Yeah, depends on your environment. Depends on what you're wanting to do. But I mean, I think the biggest thing is pre-spraying lowers the lower areas of a vehicle with something, right? So whether if you're doing a rinseless wash, you have a couple different options here. I've been pre-spraying lowers. If I run out of waterless wash, I just use a quick detailer, like a standard quick detailer, such as like paint gloss, for example. And I'll just douse the lowers of a vehicle with paint gloss and once I douse that, and then I rinse everything off with the rinseless, a lot of that lubrication is still down there. So even if I don't have a lot of those extra cleaning agents from something like a waterless wash, I do have the lubrication from a quick detailer to make things a little bit safer. That and gosh, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of different tips and tricks. Wintertime is it's not just applicable to wintertime, I guess you could say.
No. Could be universal if you want
pretty
it.
much.
Steam,
Yeah.
Steam, all that stuff you can have at it.
Kenneth Branagh, famed actor Kenneth Branagh. Hey guys, I have Napa leather seats in my 2020 Volvo. I noticed a 3-inch crease in the driver's seat. Do you have any ideas how I can get that out? So the hard part with Napa is it's very delicate leather.
It's kind of soon to be getting
It's very
creases,
soft leather, and it's very delicate. So getting that 3-inch crease, if we could see some actual photos of what you're talking about, I don't know if it's like a normal crease with some dirt in it that you have fold, or if it's like a pinch, or what you mean by that.
Is it a crease in the bolster? Is it a crease in the actual the normal sitting area on the
squished
the flat
over
area?
and you're sitting on it?
Because
like
if it's just a normal leather wear crease, that's how the leather will wear.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a lot of the same questions for Lars at Color Lock when I said, hey, what do you do about the creases in leather? And they just go,
that's just part of it.
That's part of owning something with leather. It's going to crease like that. And once it finds that first crease, second crease, third crease, fourth crease, that's going to be a flex area for that leather, and it will just continue to crease more
now
and more.
It's patina.
I mean, it's just the best thing you could do is obviously coat everything. If it's a coated leather, whether it's in the Color Lock sealant, and then condition it just to try to keep it soft and supple so it has more flexibility. But most leather will crease with time, especially on bolsters. Yeah. First from Puerto Rico says, hello, TRC team. And then we have Jamie, the cleanest is Friday Eve already.
That's right. Favorite time of the year.
JD Garage saying, what's up? And then he says, Anthony, I remember a few weeks ago back, you bought a Sawzall. I'm telling you, man, once that Milwaukee bug bites you, it's hard to stop buying. I'm going to get the cordless polisher next.
Thankful I don't get that Milwaukee bug.
That's an expensive bug after a while.
Weird, expensive bug.
You are a DeWalt
because DeWalt's never let me down.
Well, I don't think Milwaukee would have let you down. But yes, Milwaukee tools are very hard to stop buying. I only buy what I know that's going to be like.
Well, you're going to use.
It's a frustration tool for me. It's like when I got so sick of dealing with a certain thing, I buy the tool to fix my problem.
Right.
But I don't know what my next problem is going to be. Like the Sawzall was more of a preventative thing.
Yeah.
Great purchase. Glad I bought that.
Super fun.
So I always think of like, what are
Exciting.
some other exciting tools, right? That I could throw into the lineup. Who knows?
Have you do you have a skill saw yet?
I don't have a skill saw.
It's actually
need
a
a
lot of
skill
fun.
saw.
You realize
I
all the
also-
kind of cool stuff you can cut
I
with
also
that.
don't have an angle grinder, right?
Angle grinder's worth the money to have.
Yeah.
I hear the angle grinder is also worth money to have. I
Because
don't
you can get them for like $40 corded.
Yeah.
No,
And they're
no, I'd go to Milwaukee. I'd spend $120.
Okay.
to get the right one. But obviously, I have to have the batteries for it.
That battery is
Yeah.
going to bounce
But
between a lot of
I mean,
tools.
it's funny because the only times I've ever like been, people have asked, hey, do you have an angle grinder? Hey, we should use an angle grinder. It's always been when I'm working on something, obviously car related with a nut or bolt that we have rounded off or
You just cut it off.
or we need to cut
But then you got to get a
something.
cutoff wheel. You can't just use an angle grinder with a grinder disc.
Yeah, yeah. So then you need a cutoff wheel. But there's a lot of different things there.
And then you might as well just buy a cutoff tool and run it pneumatically off of your air compressor.
I just feel like I've pushed a lot of limits of what a Dremel should be used for.
You
right?
have. That's why you move to the
And
next
it's
step, which is
actually terrifying.
What do you
an
mean
actual-
a 6-inch disc doesn't fit on my Dremel?
yeah, you need a cutoff. That's what a cutoff wheel is
Dude, what are
for.
you doing?
Dremels are just sketchy. I mean, they just are sketchy in general.
Just
but
watch the movie Hot Rod to understand how
No.
things can go wrong.
No, Dane, Dremels, like whenever I use those, I don't know why more people aren't more fearful when using it.
No, it's terrifying. So I made a custom sign once
Yeah.
for a guy out of steel.
Yeah.
So if you remember, I used to do a little steel work.
Yeah.
So I hooked up with John Francie back in the day. Mm-hmm. Had him print me out a big decal.
Okay.
And then I took that decal, I took the reverse of it, put it on the steel. Then I had it all cut out,
Yeah, I like that.
and then I had it cleaned up, and I had to use my Dremel to clean all the edges and make it look really nice when I was done. And I burnished it and did some cool stuff to it. And I built this sign for his partner's shop.
Okay.
When I finished the sign, it looked beautiful. Guy didn't pay me, and he was a bum, and that's why they're no longer partners and all that stuff. But point is, I had to wear a full face shield and gloves, and I had to put a leather cover across my face or across my chest, and so I had a full face
A
shield.
leather ascot.
I did. No, I took my welding jacket and put it on backwards. That's what I did.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I put my face shield on, and then I would sit there and I would work on burnishing that stuff because I would break discs and casings, like the little
So sketchy.
sanding cones.
Yeah.
I would break those, and the pieces would hit that shield.
Yeah.
And I think of how many times, if I wasn't wearing that shield, how many little pieces of those little discs would have hit me
Your
in the
face would be a
cheek.
different shape right
Yeah,
now.
it would have been bad news, man.
So-
Things, people don't realize that.
Anyway,
Franco.
So moving on. Franco says, yo, homie and dogs.
Homie G Dogs.
Homie G Dogs. Did my first compound and polish on my girlfriend's 07 Civic, and it was a blast. Definitely could have been better, but not bad at all for my first time. Right on,
Congrats,
dude.
Franco.
Good job, Franco.
Nice.
Dude, you got to start somewhere, man.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I would say it's a great car to start on, but those 07s had such bad paint in the first place that maybe, it can't get any worse.
Yeah,
is
that's
what
right.
I'm
He
trying
made
to
it
say.
look better.
So
man.
Paul Aguera says, what's up, homies? Does PNS have a good strip wash similar to OG's Decon soap? At this time,
In their professional line, yes.
what is it called?
I don't know. They have a higher
I mean,
pH.
the answers here. We're
They have a
Q&A
higher
Thursday.
pH. They have a higher pH soap.
Yeah.
They also have a wash called Crystal Wash that I believe is a far heavier cleaning agent for washing your vehicle.
I
Can remove mineral
I
deposits and other
I
kinds
need
of
to
stuff.
jump back on the website.
So, but they make a lot of great products, and that's one of them. The other thing is Wide Open is designed to be a higher pH soap
yeah, it's not
of the
so much.
off-road
I mean,
line, but it's
what-
not a full strip wash.
Yeah, it's not a full strip wash. It just
Right.
has a little bit more cleaning
Yeah.
power without changing the pH.
Granted, we do
Yeah.
carry options that are strip
So-
washes.
Yeah.
They're just not a PNS one we carry in our line.
Yeah.
But you
just-
could get Active Foam or
Yeah,
Super
by
foam.
Coach.
Super Foam from Koch and do that with it.
Yeah.
Jasper, hey guys, quick question this week. I got 5 orange towels in my Christmas mystery bag. Are those edgeless 365s or 500s? I'm almost convinced they're 500s. They're 365s.
They are orange 365s. Yes, that's exactly what they are.
You'd
Alex,
know if they're 500s.
Alex says, good afternoon, fellas. From the deep south of the
God.
We're really stretching.
He's at
this
the
lately.
southern border of our northern neighbors.
So do
Yeah,
Did
he's
you
the
know-
deep south of
Yeah.
Canada.
Did you
Deep
know that
south of
I
Canada.
had to tell this story to my my what would he necessarily be? My mother-in-law, her brother. What would you call that? My wife's uncle. I just call it that.
Your
My wife's
uncle-in-law?
uncle. My wife's uncle was in town. He had never heard the story of the Deep South. And I
Oh.
made a couple jokes over the weekend while we were over there.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like, what? And I go, oh, Jason,
On my show, this is what
you
we
haven't
do.
been caught up, right? He's a fire chief in Huntington Beach, right? And he does have a very good sense of humor. So I ended up explaining the whole thing. I said, "You are in the true Deep South
You are in the
down
true
there,
Deep South."
down there in Huntington Beach area."
Yeah.
And he first thing he says, he's like, "Oh no, I mean, I got a fan boat," and I go. Perfect, right? Just like perfect. Like,
Wait, really?
This is great, right? So we went off in this whole thing. It was just funny. So I told him about. We've been joking about this on the podcast for almost 2 years now, and he's like, "What? That's hilarious."
It's stuck around.
Anyways, he says, "I hope everyone is well and has a fantastic weekend. Excited for the wooden Smurf something."
Yeah,
What's that? I don't know
It's
what
just
that
like
is.
it's like a glitch.
It's like a
down there.
glitch. Wooden Smurf
Oh.
something.
Jorge Acosta.
Imagined it.
Good afternoon, peeps.
What's up, Dud?
Hey.
Neil White, hello, TRC afternoon from a stormy Atlanta, Georgia. We've been in a stormy Atlanta, Georgia.
It's exciting.
It is terrifying.
How do you people see out those windows?
Yeah. Hope
Drove a
you're
van
all
full of
doing
detailers
well.
through it.
Hope you got your windshield coated.
Yes.
Hope you're enjoying that. Paredes Auto Detailing just giving a bunch of emojis
All right.
and
Going nuts
awesome
with the
signs. Thank you,
emoticons.
man. Hans saying happy Friday Eve, gents. What's going on, Hans? How are you,
Hey,
man?
Hans.
And Keith Jackson saying hello from Ireland again. Thanks to Levi for the recommendation before the holidays to reach out to Clean and Shiny for a microfiber kit. Question this week: to apply Kosh Chemi PS, the right applicator Pearl PS, Kosh Chemi PS, PSS. I don't know what that is, Keith. Tell us.
Polestar?
Maybe
Oh,
Polestar.
maybe it means Polestar.
Is it
Yeah,
Polestar?
Polestar.
Yeah, Polestar.
Since
PS.
everybody turns everything into an acronym
But-
in that line.
Polestar is a cleaner.
PO. Polestar's
Right.
PO.
PO, yeah.
Yeah.
So PSS. Anyway, Keith, we need a little more information.
Yeah.
yeah, let's clarify
And then
that.
detailer chick, I assume, is our friend Christine from Finish Line
Hey.
saying, hey. Dino, hello, what's up, guys? Larry Singleton saying, greetings, TRC fans and TRC homies. Looking forward to a fun and informative session. Thank you, Larry. We appreciate it. Thank
We
you,
are
Dino.
too.
Adam saying, happy Friday Eve, guys. Best part of the work week. Well, we appreciate that.
Oh,
I enjoy
nice.
that.
Thank
You know,
you.
when I used to listen to podcasts, I'd be detailing. I always look forward to those kind of best day of the week show
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
meant the weekend was tomorrow's going to be a fun day. Friday, easy day.
These are fun because they're
And,
interactive.
it's kind of nice.
Kind of like your people that get you all pumped up for the
That's right.
weekend.
That's
right?
right.
Yeah.
Say,
We're
hey,
we're weekend hype.
weekend hype
gentlemen.
people, right?
Yeah, we're,
And
we're just
and then after
accused
the
of being hype
weekend,
guys all the
they're
time.
Like,
come
so,
back.
So what do you do during your
How's
weekend?
the weekend? We're like,
it's
yeah,
pretty,
it's
pretty
kinda-
laid back.
kinda
Just
boring.
kind of
Didn't
boring.
really do
And they
anything.
go, oh.
Just
yeah.
nothing until Thursday.
Yep. Rune saying, "Hey guys." Oh, Miller saying, "What's
Oh,
up,
my
TRC
bad.
crew?" And then Rune saying, "Hey guys, glad you're as good as new, Levi. Thank you, man. I'm off to bed. It's kind of late here in Denmark. One question: how would you remove scratches from chrome trim, bumpers, etc.? Thanks." Once they're in, they're in. Now you can buff and
Well,
polish them
try
to
it.
get some of them out, but most of the new chrome is a coated kind of chrome, so it's not really, or it's a fake vinyl chrome.
It's like a softer.
It's much softer. It's not full on chromium.
It's kind of where it
Real
peels
chromium.
off rather than flakes
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, real chromium you could compound and polish. It's similar like 1950s like old car glass before it became tempered safety glass.
Yeah.
You could sand and polish the glass the same
It's
way
terrifying.
you do
They give up
Now
what that
you
glass
can't.
was in the Thunderbird.
yeah.
Fine, Dane.
Just it was still a safety glass.
I mean-
it was real glass. It wasn't a bunch of laminate.
You've seen that
pieces.
video they show
So-
of the 57 versus the 17 Chevy Impala, and yeah, that'll make you
Yeah.
think twice. about
Hi,
driving
everyone,
one.
from Fred Shamrock.
What's up, Fred?
Hey,
Shamrock. That's what that says.
saying hi to everybody.
Saying hi to everybody.
I don't know how to say that.
Shamrock.
Shamrock.
And then Christine asking, I want to know what each of your right now favorite product.
Oh man, are we? I think we're losing it right now. I think we're not
okay.
reading things
I
correctly.
think all of us are.
Just go
so
with it.
right now, favorite product.
What are you using the most right now? What are you throwing down with?
I'm getting
Mata is still my favorite.
Okay.
Stiarnagloss Mata soap, and then Kosh Chemi's Top Star. I just ran out of it
Okay.
this past weekend, and I felt bad, and I need to get some.
Okay.
So it's kind of where I'm at. Like I need like the desire. I need Top Star, like Kosh Chemi, and I had a fresh bottle of Mata that I cracked this weekend. It was great.
This man loves Mata on another level. It's
does.
true.
Yeah.
He
What about
likes
you?
a lot of Mata.
Like a lot of Mata.
Mata.
Favorite product right now? I guess I'll say that my favorite product right now is one that I can't really talk about. Yeah.
Oh, no, he's doing that thing.
Ricky Tats
Doing
saying,
that thing.
"Oh, hi guys. What's up, bud?"
Hey.
Oh, hi, Mark.
And then, hi, Mark. Casper Hill saying, "Hey, what's up, boys? Have a question to Anthony. What heater do you run in your garage, and how big of an area does it heat up? Thanks, brother."
He actually shot me a message on Instagram.
Nice.
I replied
Ooh,
back
well
to
done.
him.
Excellent.
But my heater solution package 1.1 right now, my garage heater solution package
Yeah.
1.1 is
Because it's the next version of the 1.0 that you had originally.
Yeah. So this one is the Mr. Heater 540. It is a tank top heater that puts out a whopping 30 to 45,000 BTU.
So Dane needs that for his living room.
I'm just going to just straight up say right now, that's probably one of the best $90 I've spent this winter. And I had my propane heater, my little tank top one, but Harbor Freight, whatever it was,
small.
$30, whatever it was, and it put out, I think it was a max of 15,000, right?
Yeah.
It's like 5 to 15,000. The plus side, it could run for like
You
40
could also,
hours.
yeah, and it could also kill a family.
Yeah,
if it
well,
needed to.
any propane heater can do that, but that you could run that for like 40 hours, but it would never really get my garage warm. I mean, in that vicinity of 2 feet, it would be fine. But this new one I got, you can angle it, right? So you can have it go straight up, or you can have it at an angle. It's a 360-degree heater, meaning that you're going to get heat in that's upright position. I mean, multiple feet away, and the amount of heat it puts out. Like I said, I'm running that for like.
So do you set that on the roof of the Evo?
No,
and
it's
angle it
no.
over towards the rest of the
No,
garage?
it's just kind of in the middle between the second and third bay.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Put it right there. Shoot it. Kind of at an angle.
Yeah. You'd probably get better heat distribution if you put it on the roof of the Evo.
Probably.
Just take the tank, set it on there.
I just run it on low, which is the 30,000 setting, and I don't know how many hours I've been running that so far, but I'm probably at about a third of a tank left, and I've used it for, 4 or 5 weekends, right? I run it for 20 to 30 minutes at a time. I'm able to get my garage, now that the roof is insulated, up to about 65 degrees, right? And it stays that warm inside there, which is great now. And I did put a carbon monoxide detector,
That's
a plug-in
good.
carbon monoxide detector into one of my outlets just to measure
Make
things
sure
are safe.
it's your canary in the coal mine.
But 20 to 30 minutes at a time, over over the span of several hours, it's safe. And,
Nice.
And I'm not feeling lightheaded or anything like that.
That's good.
But it's been a good heater.
Oh, this next one.
JP, from right to left.
Asking the tough questions.
One detailing brand you have to stick to for the rest of your lives. Go. No gray area, no in between. Well answered. Just pick.
Yep.
Well, that is
JP, I see his comments. He does not hold back. He makes sure he's like, feet to the fire. Let's go. So let's start with you. Left.
This is not a good question.
No, this is a challenging one. I know my answer, but it's for a particular reason.
If I had feet to the fire, can't pick anything
Yeah.
else,
Stuck with one.
I'd probably just pick Optimum, the Optimum range.
Okay.
Safe.
Not like currently what we sell, but the range in general. Like
Right,
if I
yeah.
could just buy all the Optimum products I needed from Optimum, meaning one company, one brand, I'd pick it from them because I could get everything I needed.
That's fair.
Okay.
In my case, it was going to be Kosh Chemi. Number one, because Active Foam and Super Foam exist, and that makes my life a lot easier if I'm going to be washing all the time and having to use those products. That would be my go-to because of those. And I love Motorplast.
Certified detailer Dane. IDA.
That is a certified detailer. Man. Gosh, probably Chemical Guys. Why's everybody laughing? What's so funny about that?
I don't know. That's a great
No
question.
particular reason.
Miller Detailing
What's
says
your logic?
the glove box.
Just curious what your logic is.
Just next question here.
Miller Detailing saying the glove box was great this month, Fred, as always. And then JP said, would you rather have wet socks or hair in your mouth every day? I live with wet socks.
I can't stand hair in
So
my mouth.
so as a detailer of over
socks.
700 years, I've had trench foot in the worst times because of just having wet feet for so long that I had to learn how to wear the right socks and shoes to not have wet feet for so many times. I think your car's going off. Somebody's car's going off.
It's probably his. That's true. His alarm went off the other day.
Yeah.
Okay, moving along. Still, that's a fair point, though. That can't stand hair. Wet socks, they suck. Hate those, but could live with it.
Yeah.
Compared to
Best
the
as
hair
you
in the
can,
mouth.
yeah.
Just like unlimited hair. Ugh. All right, next up, we got Fred.
Saying, thanks, Miller. Next month should be a winner as well. Thank you, Fred. Appreciate it. And then Jay is saying, happy Friday Eve, bros. Always great to see Dog, Big Dane, and Bro Levi. Just ordered the Foam Pro 12. Cannot wait to give it a go. Was it your car?
That was Anthony B's car.
Oh,
But I went out there, all toughed up.
Yeah,
right?
you were ready to
I'm like,
fight.
who's breaking into my car to steal my gummy bears?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's make
Turns
sure.
out it was fine.
Yeah. And then, so just ordered the Foam Pro 12. Cannot wait to give it a go. Yeah, have fun with that, Jay.
Yeah.
Alex, will there be cheesecake on the new channel, and will it be any good? Perfect question, Alex.
Time will tell.
That's Dane's question for everything.
We got to get enough subscribers over there to have super chats to thus
That is
have
true.
cheesecake. So it's a process.
Yep. Neil saying, Fred, good. Storm's coming through right now. Tornado's not too far from me.
Okay, good. I thought he just
Stay
said
safe,
Fred,
buddy. Jamie the Cleaner says, I really hope there's cheesecake on the new
Me
channel. Willie White saying, can bubbler be used in a foam cannon? Yeah, you can. I'd probably mix... You don't want to use a lot because it's a very thick soap. It's really designed for bucket, but you can totally use it in a foam cannon. It smells amazing when it's in a foam cannon.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And
So
Dave's
TRC is saying
jumping in.
subscribe, but that's because
Subscribe,
it's pinned to the
subscribe,
top of the
subscribe,
comment
subscribe.
box. And the reason for that is we will be moving Q&As in the future, starting next week, over to our podcast channel on YouTube. So
Yep.
make sure you subscribe to that so that you never miss a show. All right. Ryan Rigdon. Hey.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. The move makes sense. Thank you.
Thanks, bud.
Jamie the Cleaner. So when is that new blue
What? Hot tub.
hot tub?
Ooh,
I would love to have a hot tub.
a blue hot
A
tub.
blue hot tub, too, would look
Very
pretty dope.
Boise themed.
We should just put a hot tub in here.
Oh, wait.
In the
Are we
rag
hot
company.
tub streaming? Is that what's going to happen?
Why not?
I mean, I created a hot tub video once.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was a great
You were
video.
in it.
That's
I was
in our
it.
discussion
I was in
group.
that
You guys
video.
did a great job. I
So
love that video.
I think
No
we
one else
should
does,
see
but-
if we could get a hot tub in here.
No, I'm
It's
saying I
just a-
sold hot tubs once.
Right, yes.
in
You
the
were a
video.
hot tub salesman for
But
about
I think
10 minutes.
But I think what we could do is, we're always looking at new places to shoot content, new spaces, new studio spaces, and creating what we have in this facility. Why not just throw a hot tub in the back corner there by the polishing wall?
What's more exciting
our
than the
thinking tub.
It's our
effervescent
thinking
feeling
tub. We
of
come up with
bubbles
creative
popping all
ideas.
around you
It's
as you
across from
explain
the bathroom,
detailing
so
to people.
we can change. We can, we've already got the flooring in. It'd be pretty simple to set that up. And if we put it over there, we wouldn't have any issues with humidity and things like that farther down.
Just thinking
That's what we're
about
designed for.
several years ago at MTE, where Dane decided to
Oh my God, that's a flashback.
We were sitting in that hot tub. You and me were in the hot tub, and we were laughing because we're like, I think this hot tub's like not working 100%, but it's staying
It was
pretty
still a
warm.
hot
It was
tub.
still a hot tub, and it was warm.
this
Trying to
Airbnb.
edit
At an
a
Airbnb.
video at this Airbnb.
And we were like, Dane, you should get in this hot tub.
Like, I got to finish this
And-
edit first.
Anthony had a beer. As soon as I sat in the hot tub as a sober gentleman, I was so tired. I was like, I'll fall asleep.
Sleepy time.
So I remember Anthony and I got out because we were both exhausted, but the whole time we kept laughing and giggling because we were punchy. And we were trying to get Dane to join us. And Dane was sitting there offloading footage. He's like, I got to get this footage offloaded, guys. But he was also drinking a couple beers. So we go to bed. Dane goes and gets in the hot tub after we
By
get
himself.
out by himself, keeps drinking beers, climbs out, almost falls out, can't figure out how to put the top back on the hot tub, because he's so blasted.
That's
and
not
then
true.
He goes through the doorway and he trips on all the things and starts pulling the blinds down, free of the thing. And when we come back and wake up the next morning, we're like, "What the heck happened down here? There's all these blinds on the ground and the hot tub's open."
Dane goes, "Look, I was really tired. It was really late. I couldn't figure out how to get the top on the hot tub."
All it was,
And we were like, no, and then we asked,
trying to
we
put
said,
that cover
what time
on.
was that? Because we went to bed at like 11, and he was like, it was like 3 a.m. And we're like, and Jeff goes, what the heck were you doing?
Waiting for the footage to complete.
Those blinds would they were like those blinds that just fell off.
The best though
Verticals
was Dane
that
showed
tab
us,
out.
and then like 3 more fell off.
Yeah,
as
I
soon as
barely
he
touched it, and the thing cascaded down. It's just a whole thing.
Your dad yelled at you. It was so
Yeah.
funny. We laughed so hard. Larry Singleton saying, done. Fred saying, hey, Jamie, I love how Fred had to change his logo to glove box from the car.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fred. We appreciate
Yes,
it.
thank you.
JP saying, when will you guys get Vermigel on here? Guarantee your readership would go through the roof. Please coordinate with him to get in here. We love him.
Hung out with him when we were over.
It's Vermil.
Vermil is
Sorry,
our number.
I forget. We got to say that.
Yes.
Han says, take out that. Oh, it's weird. Jamie says, hey, Fred, I know you love a hot tub thing. And then Fred says, I want that. And then Jamie says that hot tub talk.
Well, I'm glad we're all on the same page here, guys. Thank you.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of brush talk, lot of
Hots talk.
Yeah,
Jamie
skip it
saying,
ahead.
where the gang at? We're right here.
Yep.
Fred says, I might need that box in a glove box. Alex says, I'm happy to see Anthony is now sponsored by DIY Tech for all your home projects, including how to escape your bathroom that you inadvertently locked yourself
Right here. Look at that.
up.
Yeah, look at that.
And then Neil saying, is Dane drinking a Budweiser Tall Boy?
No, that's a Mountain Dew Energy. You're welcome. Zero sugar, though, most important.
Drinking a Code Red.
Yeah, I don't even like Code.
Then David says, the one in front of Levi, talk about that square. Jays gives us $10 as one of our final super chats for a while.
Buddy.
And happy Friday the 13th Eve, bros.
Very kind of you.
Tomorrow is Friday the 13th.
You know what's dropping tomorrow
What's that?
from Dixon?
What?
Jason?
Not Jason.
Oh.
It's the next in the horror series.
Oh.
Friday the 13th.
What is it? What does it look like?
It's blue and gray.
Well, you don't see
I just got
It's like the
I got
Michael.
too many freaking flannels,
think it's
man.
the
I gotta
Michael.
start.
What? But Friday the 13th was Jason.
I know.
Halloween was Michael.
I know, but they had to do the Jason on Halloween, and now they're doing the
Oh,
Michael. on
okay.
Friday
Well,
the
anyways,
I just figured
that's
Friday
their-
the 13th.
I
counts
know,
for-
but
yeah.
it's still
Jeff
that's
C
what's
wants
coming
to
out.
see what's in bag number 2.
Ah,
okay.
I mean, that
So,
was a
middle.
Yeah. He
Fazal
wants
says something in front of me.
in front of you.
They all seem to think that. Okay, so we get the idea. There's a lot of. The poll
David
is
says
what
that's
determines
the
what really-
sponge we need. Hot tub brush. Joey saying the small object in front of Anthony. JD Garage says it's addiction's a real thing. If you have a loved one suffering from addiction, please
Jeez.
have them get the help they
It's
need.
getting to be a really
Dabbler saying, hey guys, just popping in quick to say hello. What's up, buddy?
Dabbler, what's going on, dude?
Hey.
Dan
Dabbler?
saying, I want to see Anthony's box.
Oh no.
Jamie the Cleaner says, never mind, under Dane needs a full explanation.
Oh, God.
Dabbler, how much bag? Dane always carries an old lady's handbag.
Oh my God, you guys. Okay, so
Jeff
we're moving
C
on to
says,
the next page.
Please never say the word anything under Dane.
I'm catching strays. Left
Alex
and
says
right.
the bag of under Dane is only available on the Great Dane Twitch channel.
God, I'm surfing for the next
real
comment that actually
questions
has a question.
are these products on the site yet? Well, you got to sign up for the You got to sign up for the newsletter to find out.
That's right.
Yeah.
And watch your eyes. Dabbler says KCX sprayer is the exact sprayer of IK's. FYI. Perfect.
that
Yeah,
reference
yeah, the
to?
spray head. It's
Oh,
a Canyon,
okay.
Canyon spray head.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Gorilla Jeeba saying, so is this the place where people talk about flexible shafts?
It is.
Yes,
Sure
there
is.
It is.
Straight and flexible shafts. Ricky Tat says, head and tubes don't look interchangeable. Flex tube has a nipple.
Oh, that is
Oh,
true.
okay. Well, Diggy Smalls says it's where people talk about carbon fiber flexible shafts.
Oh, the expensive
And then Larry Singleton says, put a sous vide in a bucket and hold it in your garage at 105. Yeah. So our PPF class that we had here last year at Avery Dennison, that's
Oh,
what they
yeah,
did.
they
They
did.
put a
They
sous
used
vide.
one. Yeah.
They put a sous vide thing.
Steve Garage Slick
yeah.
does that as well.
Keep his
Actually,
keep
feels
his water
quite nice.
warm.
It just, I have a sous vide, right?
But you like cooking steaks with it.
I like cooking steaks with it, right?
But you don't want to
And
have the same thing you cook your steaks with in detailing
it's not going to change
it doesn't
anything.
change as long as my steaks are bagged, right? I'm not a monster.
in
I'm
a
not
bag.
just floating those steaks in the
You're
You're not making sloppy steaks. Those aren't sloppy
I have
steaks.
An absolute heater, right?
Oh
Just throw
my
my steaks in there, like just a quick marinade, right? It's my sick.
Gross.
And on that note,
Alex saying, if this frigid Canadian can plumb hot house water from various Canadian rinseless baths into the garage, Dan can too. That's right, Dan.
Yep.
Just do that. And then Dan says,
fully
my
plumbed.
garage is fully plumbed. Fred says, Anthony's backup for rinseless is F11 Pro. And then Dan says, I'm pretty good at winter washed already. Just wanted to hear others' tips. Thanks. Not a problem, Dan.
Of course.
And then Jamie says he wishes his garage had plums.
We are off our
We
rocker
are
today.
Harry Housewife
off
says,
base.
evening from a very wet and windy UK. Missed the first 10 minutes unpacking the food from the shop, so I hope I didn't miss a lot. Hope you guys are well. Great to see y'all back. Thank you, Darren. We
did miss a
appreciate
very
it.
important piece of news, though, that the channel
Yeah.
is moving. So, well, this show is moving to our other podcast channel. So, just heads up.
And then Alex repeating his comment again about Anthony and his sponsored DIY.
I'm happy to be
then
here.
$10 from Randy
Oh,
Ricochet.
my
Randy
goodness.
Ricochet.
Saying happy
Randy.
Thursday, gentlemen. So nice to catch the show live today. I missed the last few. Thank you,
But
buddy.
we're
Welcome
glad you're
back.
here now.
Coming back,
so,
man.
Thank you.
And then Jamie says, good catch, Duar. And then Grant says, Dane steam and heat Napa leather baths work great this time of the year. Wesley says that M15 Milwaukee polisher is the shiznit.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
It's nice. Yeah,
It's a
we
nice
played it when
polisher.
Tony brought it over. Hey guys, looking for a good leather cleaner. I've been running with McGuire's leather cleaner and would like something better. So there's a lot of great leather cleaners that we carry here at the Rag Company already. Starting with Express Interior Cleaner, works great on leather and cleans leather very well.
Gentle, yep.
Then if you want to pop up to the next step, you can pick up Kosh Chemi's. Polestar is a beautiful cleaner. And then if you want to go run with the big dogs, then you go to Color Lock and you use mild or strong leather cleaner.
Honestly, man, once you go color lock, it's kind of hard to go back. It's not hard to go back
They
to
are
other cleaners.
the
It's
leather
just
people.
Color lock, the look, the feel, the cleanliness of it is great. Paired with the brush, I mean, it's always good results. But spot cleaning, though, I mean, you can't beat something as easy as Express or just Polestar diluted.
Yeah, it's perfect.
But
for
I
what you
will
need it for.
note, if you're tempted to go the Color Lock route, their stronger cleaner, don't recommend that for your first,
Yeah, start with mild cleaner.
your first foray
mild
into
cleaner's
it.
got
The mild cleaner can do a lot.
it can
like
do a really
lot.
lot. It's when you get in those tight spots where you're like, man, I just wish I had something more.
Yeah, the strong cleaner is when you want to
Yeah.
really kick that thing.
And keep in mind, you just don't have to use a lot of agitation with the color lock cleaners. I mean, you're lightly going over that stuff with the brush. I mean, I've never had to really scrub it too hard. Alex says Home Depot is the getaway for busting nuts in frustration and warranty returns on carbon shafts.
Thanks, bud.
That is true. That
Just
is
looking
true.
out, Alex. Thank you.
You don't have to feel weird they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody else is doing it too.
Yeah, they've all got. They're
all in on the joke.
Do it yourself areas. Fernando says,
areas.
random question: shiny tires or matte? Really depends on what you like. Some days I like a really gloss. Like I come from the olden style of dressing tires. I like a shiny tire.
I think it depends on the vehicle.
That's me. I like all my tires to be super shiny.
Like if you're going to a car show or you're in a Hot Wheels expedition, sure, go crazy.
Like when we
shiny
went
if you
to
want.
the Hidden Springs car show that night before when I was polishing the
I could see
truck.
myself in the tires.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I soaked those tires. And what did I
You
use?
soak the wheels too.
No, the wheels were wiped and clean.
Oh, you wiped them?
Yeah.
I like the way PSS.
I think
looks.
I didn't use PSS. I think I used Gumi, and I
That's
laid
more gloss.
I saturated that sponge and laid a thick coat on it, and then I literally let them sit overnight. And then I started that morning, went out there, put another
Low coat,
It's a
yeah.
and then I
crazy gloss.
knocked it all down, and they were just those tires were just
Donuts.
dripping.
Yeah.
That
Matte
looks so good.
finish, perhaps for you.
Me,
Little glossier than Matt?
I like the look of PSS. Agreed with Dane. I just like a deeper. I like a little bit of sheen, so satin. I guess you could say.
It's rich looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nash says, "Hi guys, looking for order of operations help. When using a steamer with O&R, do you prefer to attack hammered interior plastics with that before you have cleaned and brushed, or after? Before you have cleaned and brush, or after rinse carpets?" think I'm getting
So,
that correctly.
Nash, I think what you mean is like a operating procedure, like a order of an operating procedure.
Yeah.
So you can you can literally look it up on our FAQ on our website, and you can see how I do things. I always recommend doing carpets and upholstery before you do your interior plastics, mostly for the fact that I'm going to be getting that's when I'm doing the most wet work, and so any overspray I get
there's stuff
from
that flies when you're scrubbing sometimes.
Yeah, you get junk all over your door panels and stuff, and so it saves you an extra step if you start with the carpets and upholstery first, then clean your plastics, then protect your plastics, and then do your final vac. It's just the way of it's so you don't have to keep touching surfaces 2-3 times. Because I've seen people that they start scrubbing an interior, and the next thing you know, they get their carpets and seats done, and then they go to put their dressings on, but they've got to re-wipe everything down because they got a lot of grit and sand and dirt and stuff that gets blown up and kicked up
Or
on
it's like if I've cleaned plastics first, let's just say around a dash or something like that, or a center console, and I'm steaming a carpet, I'm using a lot of APCs or whatever I'm using, I find that I get a film on the center console, right? That steam kind of gets up in the air, it kind of collects with the APCs and everything else and settles, and then I go to touch it later and I go, oh, this doesn't feel clean to me. Yep. So I have to re-clean that. So I would agree with Levi.
But yeah, check that out. Go on the website there. It's just the Levi Gates' standard operating procedure, SOP. So
Wesley Oaks says, ordered the IK compressor so I can endlessly blast my way through Jamie's Clean Buster.
That's awesome.
Yeah, don't hold back. Just keep blasting.
Quick update on that, just to give everybody an idea. What ended up happening was when we had placed our order for IK sprayers back in November around SEMA, because they actually, it was literally, we got back from SEMA and they said, hey, we need your order in right now. We had ordered the compressors, we had ordered the IK eFoam Pro 12
and the minis.
And the minis, and we had given them kind of like a rough number, and everybody said, hey, is this good for right now? Yes, we'll figure out the launch date, the release date later. It's just that's kind of what we had settled on at that point in time. And then coming up on what ended up happening over this last week, we put out, the video, we put out the email blast, and to our surprise, we ended up blowing through and selling all of the compressors and all the IK Foam Pro 12s. Not a bad thing. It's a great thing for sure. So what we ended up doing was getting more on order and on the way. So what's going to happen is that if you've placed your order now or over the last couple days, and you haven't gotten a shipping notification, they are arriving to us, I believe, mid-next week, and they're going to be shipping out by hopefully the end of the week. So it's going to take a few more days for shipping, but you will be some of the first to have them. So that's just an update on that. But I'm excited. I'm excited that everybody else is so excited about them because it is a really cool tool. It is very useful, and it's a lot less work than what you think it is. I don't know. I love my IK Foam Pro 12, but when I start pulling it out, I'm already pumping by the time I think maybe I should go hook up my compressor or just at least, plug it in. Yeah. And I go, I'm already halfway here, right? I don't need to do that. And then I don't end up using it. Whereas this, it's attached to it. You could charge it. The battery comes off super easily. You can put it into a charger. It goes right back on. And it's less, it is less work. It's great for lazy people.
Yeah. Gary from Long Island Detail Supply asked me yesterday if we've ever tried hooking up the compressor to a Multi-Pro 2, and I said Anthony did.
Yeah.
He strapped it to his bicep.
So I did strap
and then
it.
ran the hose down his arm and hooked it up and flipped the switch on and was walking around.
We have
with
a fun, real idea. Technically, what I ended up doing, I did 2 compressors.
Turn into Mega Man over here.
Onto 2, to the Foam Pro 2s, right? Pluses. It works, man. Again, you're strapping it to yourself, right? You could. It's too big to strap to the bottle, but you can strap it to yourself if you want to be Iron Man.
Yeah, you were walking around the building, and I said, "You realize it's lunchtime, right?" Yeah. And you were like, "I'm just having fun," you were just shooting foam. I was trying to type and work on an email, and I was getting covered.
I blew through that.
You were
Foam
blowing
Pro
foam
2
everywhere.
canister as faster than I've ever blown through anything. It was crazy, dude. It was. Yeah, it was out, right?
awesome.
I was just going to say one point on that front that's nice is when you run into the situation where, oh no, my battery ran out. I've gone through like 20 cars or something, and
Yeah.
I'm finally at that point. The beauty of it is you don't get stuck with an unfinished job. The pump is still there for you to be able to follow up if there's any kind of issue. You can do that. But it's just nice to know that no matter what, you will be able to get the job done.
Yeah, Dane always still likes to know that there's always a full pump as a backup.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just
It
looking
is-
out for everybody.
Yeah, you
Fred
guys- you guys
saying
have
a
fun.
decal for all the Canadians.
Nice.
Wesley Oak saying order the IK so I can endless. We already said that one.
We saw that.
Gran saying full-time detailing with Harbor Freight DA polisher. Need to upgrade. Would you recommend a Rupes Mark 13 or Mark 3 15 or a similar flex machine? Yeah,
Mark
no,
3
I
15.
think the
Like the
Mark
15
the
Mark
Mark
3.
3 is a great machine to have and just get started with. JD says these days DeWalt is just as expensive as Milwaukee. Both great brands. Just invest in one battery platform and you're set. Agreed. I
Yeah,
have
don't mix
old
and
battery
match.
technology and a lot of plug-in DeWalts because I don't trust batteries. Tom Kirby saying, afternoon TRC crew, enjoying the sunny skies today. Thanks, Dad. Appreciate it, man. Randy Ricochet
We're
saying,
literally just talking about a battery compressor, and you're like, I don't trust batteries. Levi, what are you even saying? Stuck in the 80s. Yeah, I would like to. Is there any way I can take that eFone Pro 12 and
Can I
just
get a-
have a wired
plug into
connection
that?
Make it
for it?
manual.
Feels
Levi,
good.
it's getting really. You're making this worse.
Adding extra steps.
Funny. Randy Ricochet says, I recently discovered how amazing the eaglet is for bathing.
Oh.
Thanks to my 3-year-old throwing a bunch of eaglets at me while I was in the
well,
shower.
that's nice.
Oh.
That sounds like a fun time.
Honestly, that's a great
Yeah.
self-maintenance towel.
Get some for your kid and clean them up that way.
Yeah, I could.
Soft, safe washcloths.
Soft safe, yeah. Randy
Thanks,
Ricochet
Randy.
says he is a big TRC fan using the large gauntlet after his bath to dry off since he was born.
Are you doing that with yours? Large gauntlet?
No, my wife's weird about this. She's like, I don't want your detailing towels on my
Touching
child.
our child.
And I say, I know, but they're clean, they're washed. And she's like, but like, are you using questionable chemicals?
Yeah, but that's why
And
you
I
buy
say-
her one for yourself.
And I'm honest. And I say, I am using questionable chemicals,
We're
right?
testing things all
But
the
they're all
time.
pH
Testing
balanced and
things.
safe.
Some of them aren't. I don't know. Sometimes we get sent stuff and people are like, yeah, test it out. And I go, what is in this? And they go, oh, it's pure acid.
Oh,
That explains why my lungs are hurting. Harry Horsewife says, I sunk a Dremel disc into my, oh my God, into my finger a few years back. Dude, I can't
even imagine
that. Haunts me
Yeah.
because
gloves, tough gloves.
there's no safety shut off with a Dremel,
Yeah.
right? It's set your speed, turn it on.
Just
right?
go.
The second you drop that thing,
gun.
it's just running. The best you can hope for is that you break a disc and it flies elsewhere. But yeah, they're sketchy, dude.
The only
They
thing
are.
sketchier is the knockoff circular saw things where they look like a Dremel, but they're not a Dremel brand Dremel. It's even less trustworthy as to when that disc is going to break.
Well,
Having used one before,
you
and
just
see
have to
what
think
happens.
with the RPM. It's not like it's like 200 RPM.
No, this one's like
500 RPM,
100,000 RPM.
50,000 RPM. You go, oh, that's really
Yeah, it's
Very
a dentist
fast.
drill ready to.
Fernando saying, follow up to my question. I think old school muscle cars look better with shiny tires. Thoughts?
Ah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it
torque
goes back
thrusts,
to
I
the old.
imagine.
I think it goes back to the old days of when we had bias plies, and those tires. That was how they would create these dressings
Sure.
to coat the tires to shine them up, and that was part of the style of that
Yeah.
feature. So
It's all
I think a lot of us grew up that way. Rafael Rocha, afternoon TRC. I wanted to ask, when you're polishing, where's your go-to location for a test spot on a car? Hood, trunk, rear quarter panel. I always went for the hood or the trunk, the top pieces, because I could see more. And I knew that the rest was going to be pretty easy. Usually I just didn't.
Yeah, because the lighting that you have isn't going to reach the lower areas
It's
if you're
corner of a hood, corner of a trunk.
Also,
And
when I'd have customers come in, I put it in that spot if they wanted to see what I could do. And I would create, I would usually create small, like 3 small squares, and I would do like a single step, a 2-step, and a 3-step for them. And then they go, cool. All right, I'll schedule time for that. And then they have to drive around with those 3 spots. And if I did on the driver's side where they were looking, they would see those spots
annoy them.
and it would annoy them, and then they'd book their appointment.
Jeez, evil.
Well,
Dino says, P.S. silicone version of PSS.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't have that one.
Yeah, no, we
So-
just have PSS.
But a
We
great
like
applicator.
PSS a
You can
lot.
pick any of our applicators, the black 3x5s, the pearls, any of those work great.
Stacy Davis saying, I did a one-step on a customer's car with Uno Advanced. Now the customer wants a ceramic. Can I do a light coating like Gian can coat on top of the Advanced?
No.
Advanced
I'd
is
say
a
no.
ceramic.
I will tell you that ceramic in Advanced is literally like a 1 year.
Yeah,
It's
lasts.
strong and it lasts. You're going to have to completely repolish the car. And
Yeah, because I don't
Take that off.
think a panel wipe would remove
No, it
remove
won't.
it completely. So you would have to just do a light polish with something like I guess just a light polish without any type of additives to it.
It's just
I mean, you
making
could
more
probably
work.
go at it with pure and maybe a wool pad, but I don't even think that would get it. You might need to just use something like Last Cut or
Yellow Pad and
Yellow
Fine,
Pad and
DA
Fine,
Fine,
DA
if you're
Fine,
using
something.
Rupa's stuff, or the Last Cut, the original Last Cut, or
Mm-hmm.
you can use Koch Chemie Fine Cut.
In the future, if you can
Microcut.
clarify with your customers ahead of time when they're looking for that kind of stuff, that'll help determine whether or
Well-
not you're even going to touch using an
well,
all-in-one.
he was probably doing a one step and just
Yeah.
trying to add the bonus, and now they want to do a ceramic. So,
But I don't know if they realize
Yeah.
that there's already a ceramic there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, Keith Jackson, yes, PSS. Sorry, ran out of characters. We have PS over. It's got silicone. Okay, PSS. Yeah,
Yeah.
the black applicators are great.
Ooh, what page are we on? These are
Dane
all for
lost his
38
place.
minutes. Those are 40, 38.
There we go. Keith, yep, we already did that. Eric, is it ever too late to start a detailing business? No, it just depends on if your body can physically handle it. It's going to get your mind and your body have to be able to handle it because, one, it's monotonous. And if it's something that you can't relax in and let your brain kind of go through the steps and you enjoy the process, it's going to get really boring really quick. And that's going to be something hard for a lot of people. That's why a lot of people don't stick with it. Now, there's the opposite of that. People really enjoy it. And it's the reason I've been with it for so long is it's something that I've always enjoyed. I found comfort in it. And so that's why I've stuck through it. The biggest thing is just the body and how your body handles it. You're going to be using muscles that you don't use normally, or you're going to realize that there are certain parts of your body that you don't use that much, but you're going to use more in detailing. And it's just getting accustomed to that, that's why I always tell people, if you're just getting ready to get started, you need to be washing cars. You need to get used to running running that stuff and holding a pressure washer and doing these movements and squatting and standing. And
You could do stretches each day.
you
to kinda
can do
warm up.
stretches to help out, but yeah, that's what it is. You're going to need to do that because we put our bodies in a lot of different positions when you're cleaning a car and you don't realize it.
You will
And
use them.
like I said this weekend, I was sore after not detailing for almost 3 weeks. I was sore to get right back into it. But I also have a lot of pain caused from so many years of detailing. So
Tyler Graff saying, happy Friday Eve TRC crew.
up, Tyler?
And then Dino says, just for my EU people, if you use Karcher steam cleaner, do not put O&R Absolute in it. Water pump on those is made to take just normal water. If you use something with time, it will lock up. Interesting. Okay.
that's a good idea. I never thought of that. Thank you, Dino.
Carson Black says, hey guys, long time no see. Just got my wheels powder coated and looking to do a ceramic coating. You think of diamond wheels? I do. Diamond wheels
Yeah,
or
Dino.
C5
Yeah.
Yep.
From G-Technic. And then Dino says, I just paid $240 for a new pump. Holy
Phew.
smokes, that's good.
240
That's good money.
euros. Yeah.
And then the Bearded Hunter said, howdy
Hey.
boys. Picked up a 2021 Tacoma last weekend, and the goal for this weekend is to deep clean and coat everything in Diamond Protect.
Sweet.
Nice, man.
Have
Great
fun with
truck.
That's
Hate that transmission. What do you think of it?
Dane,
I'm just going to
you
keep
can't-
spreading the
Dane,
gospel.
Keep saying like Dane
ruining everybody's new car experience. There's
Yeah.
so many people out there that are buying these Tacomas, and you
So-
just keep crapping on them.
I had a 2020 and the programming
So-
of that transmission is atrocious
But
in the auto.
So I was thinking about this last night. Went to the grocery
Uniquely
store.
terrible.
And I was thinking about Dane ruining people's new car purchases.
Yeah.
And I thought about
well, at least he didn't call his new truck an appliance.
right,
Because
exactly.
he could have said you drive an appliance
Right.
and make him
100%.
feel like a lesser of an individual.
right.
No,
yeah, because
I like
Hunter's
Bearded
Hunter's a
Hunter.
good guy and we don't want to hurt his
Yeah.
feelings. But I'm just saying, how would it have been in the summer of 2000, in May of 2006,
Okay.
when I purchased the Elantra?
Yeah. Yeah.
What would Dane have said to me as a, how old were you in May of 2016?
He was
No,
16,
17.
17.
So
I was in high school.
what
almost
would
ready to
what would you have
graduate.
said to me, Dane, if I pulled up and said, check out my new Elantra that I got. It's got air conditioning. It's got an automatic. It's got an adjustable dials on the seats.
I would have
It's
been
got-
like, wow, you bought a new car. Awesome.
So
Good for you.
I would have said since that time would have been around the
I've
time
had a lot of experience
it would
since
have
then.
it would have been the time around Tokyo Drift where Han says, "What do you think I'm going to let you roll in a Hyundai?" Right? So maybe I would have been excited. Maybe I would have said, "Hey,
Well, I
we
would have
need-"
taken you for a rip and we would have cracked some VTEC
Well,
on that.
no, we would have hit the anti-lag in it,
No,
right?
you know, honestly, what I would have said, the very Dane thing to say to you,
Yes.
would have been, why did you not get the Elantra GT with the hatchback?
Because
Gosh,
that
dang.
is a great question because the GT did have rear disc brakes.
Yeah.
And it had a larger rear sway bar.
Yeah.
That was the only difference.
But otherwise, that would have been, honestly, that's what I would have said at that
That's
time.
the only re- that's
but
the only difference.
having spent a lot of time since then and seen how well that thing's held up for you and what you've done with it, honestly,
But I was just
you've done a
thinking
great
that as
job
I was
with it.
literally walking to my car, I was like, I've owned this car since like 2006. I wonder what Dane would have said when I actually bought it at that time. But then I started thinking, well, that's weird because Dane would have been a kid. He wouldn't have been able, he wouldn't have driven a car. So, anyway,
All right,
thought it
so
was
we are
funny.
going to be cutting to a little quick break here. But when we come back, we're going to be answering more detailing questions. And again, get your votes in on the poll on which product you would like to see talked about here within the last 10 to 15 minutes of today's Q&A. So, yeah, we'll see you here in a minute.
Well, one more note before we jump to break. I got to say this because I've got you all captive right now.
Oh, my
before you
God.
go running away.
Where are we going?
I'm reminding people who weren't here at the beginning of the show. This show, just this show, not the channel, but this show is moving to the Rag Company podcast YouTube channel. Please, if you have not done so, go over to the Rag Company YouTube podcast channel. It's right there in the pinned comments. You can follow the link, subscribe to it, because that way you won't miss the show when it's over there next week, because it won't be here on the main Rag Company channel, and I don't want you to miss it. So I'm just trying to look out for you.
Okay.
That's all.
Cool.
Now
Yeah.
it's break time.
Now
We'll
we'll see
be
you in a
back.
minute.
We'll be right
after
back.
this. Hello, and welcome back to Q&A Thursday, where we are in the second half where things start to get a little bit loosey-goosey. It's a little bit,
I like that, Dane.
more chill, a little more relaxed, but we have fun, and we still get some questions answered.
Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and like we
course.
wanted to say, we've got some new products that we've got sitting here on the table, and there's a little thing that Gabe built,
Little poll.
A little
little
poll.
poll that
Yeah.
you need to go make your decision, and maybe we'll talk about. But we are going to talk about a new product.
Yeah.
One
today.
of these three will be opened at the end of the stream.
Well, yeah, but we're going to talk about another product.
Oh, another new product.
Currently
Yeah,
is sitting on the
okay.
table that people are probably chomping at the bit. They want to see. They've been waiting all episode
Yeah, okay.
to really
Okay.
find out exactly what
This product
is this product in front of us and what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to our friends at Pepsi. The new Mountain Dew Pitch Black Zero Sugar. You guys know we're famous for launching these new flavors a week before they actually drop, courtesy of our friends at Pepsi.
Yeah, how do
It's
we
one of
manage
our-
that?
Well, it's just one of the many benefits that we get here at the Rag Company and perks.
All right.
As you see, right over Anthony's shoulder, our friends at Pepsi have given us a delightful clock, a delightful Pepsi fridge. We've got some great things, a lot of great Pepsi swag. Look at that. Nice. So, of course,
Okay.
we're always
We're all
given,
taking a sip?
when a new flavor shows up.
I almost started laughing.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
that's a odd.
I can't put my finger on what that is.
We don't know what this flavor is.
It's
says
somewhere...
It's
Dark
a
citrus.
dark citrus punch with other natural flavors. So, pitch black is what this is. It is, in fact, extremely dark. It's probably like a very dark purple. A lot of dyes in this
a lot of
potential.
dyes.
Are you a fan of cough syrup?
It's zero sugar, which is nice, so we don't have any. Don't have to worry about
that's the
that.
important bit.
But
You know what, man? Hey,
we'll drink it.
I can only imagine what the full sugar version of this must be
I'm going
like.
to take one of these home for Augie so that he can try it. He always loves that. When we did the mystery flavor, he thought that was the coolest thing when we did that. And I brought him home and he was like, yes. We introduced you guys to Major Melon.
Oh, Major Melon was awesome.
Everybody loved that. All of our friends. So Mountain Dew is going to be dropping this next week.
Yeah.
The 16th. It's going live
You're
in
gonna start seeing it in
stores.
stores.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe try it for yourself because maybe we're not the best
Well,
judge
it
here.
needs to be cold.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
probably
It
help.
really needs to be really cold.
Probably
This is
would.
like almost cold.
It's just there's been so many.
You drank some with and ate sushi today.
Oh,
I did. So there's been a lot of different Mountain Dew flavors during our sponsorship period over the last couple of years, and I don't even know. I'd probably say the Major Melon has probably been my favorite.
Oh, absolutely.
The Spark is also
Yeah.
Spark flavor.
Ooh,
whatever that
there's a
was.
new energy flavor coming out also that I heard about from Pete.
Okay.
That it's strawberry lemonade.
now see that
Mountain Dew
sounds
Energy.
I
lovely.
think that we already have that.
No, it's a lemonade, like strawberry lemonade Mountain Dew energy. We have a strawberry something else. Citrus strawberry, something like
Yeah.
that.
The more you
strawberry
know.
kiwi. This one's a strawberry lemonade.
Interesting. Okay.
So excited to see some of the new
anyway,
flavorful options, courtesy of our friends at Mountain
Yeah.
Dew and Pepsi.
Dane will be drinking this while he streams on his Twitch channel and
I
plays
will be
video
Twitch.
games.
Take a couple home and play and enjoy them.
Okay, before we get to anything else, though, I do have to once again address the thing I've been hitting
Yeah,
at
Hunter.
during
We
the
all
show.
know Hunter bought a 2021 Tacoma, and you don't like the
Yeah,
transmission.
and you hate the transmission.
Yeah,
you
we
think
know.
It's an appliance.
You can
Just be
touch
honest.
on it again if you
Wow.
want.
No,
I just think
don't
it's-
punch a man while he's down. He's
don't need
excited. He
to.
got a new truck. But thing here being, the only thing I don't like about I love the truck. The only thing I didn't like was the transmission.
Okay.
It's just
We
the
know,
transmission.
we know
Okay,
you've
say-
said
so
that.
bad.
You already said
So,
that.
the main thing I want to address here, while I've got all your attention, please listen as I say this. The Q&A Thursday, as you know it, will no longer be on the main Rag Company YouTube channel. That's right. It is moving over to the Rag Company podcast
Very
YouTube
nice.
channel. If you have not subscribed to that channel, you might miss out on Q&A Thursdays.
We
So
don't
I
have,
don't want to hear
and
it
we don't
next
have
week.
to move locations
Right.
for the podcast. Like this room stays here.
I just don't want to hear from people going, "Where's Q&A? I was
Just the
looking
hosting
for it.
channel
How come
changes."
it's not available?" So if you know somebody who wasn't here today watching the show,
Let 'em
please
know. Hey.
Let them know. Spread the word. Spread the word. Spread the word.
Now you can spread it.
You can spread it too if you feel. So here's the thing. At the top of the comments right now, pinned right there, is a link over to the Red Company podcast channel. Follow that. Subscribe to it. Click the
And
bell.
any,
You got
and any
everything
old,
you need.
Dane, all the old episodes are stored there too. From
Correct.
all the other past
We
Q&As.
throw reruns on there.
Yeah. So
but
go
now
check 'em out.
it's going to have the live show of both the podcast and the Q&A. That's all I wanted to say. I just want to make sure y'all find it in the right place.
All right, JD Garage saying, what do you guys prefer in your wheel bucket? Some people use car soap, a dash of wheel cleaner, or just plain old water. Heck, Matt at OG doesn't even put water in his bucket. I like water in my bucket. Sometimes I put a little car wash soap in there because I still want some soap because I like a little extra agitation and I want a little neutralization. That way I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I've been up close and personal with Matt when he washes wheels, and I watch him spray off his brushes and then just put them in the bucket, dry, and that messes me up.
No, that also messes me up. I mean, I will admit, when I watch him do that, I don't know what his reasoning is necessarily.
Well, I get why.
Because he wants to release the contaminants out.
Yeah,
of
before he puts
everything,
them in.
Before he puts it back in, right? And I go, I get what you're doing. I get it. But
It feels counterintuitive.
it just seems like a lot of work and a lot of reaching into a bucket when I can just go bam, pull out one brush for barrels, whatever I got to do, knock those out, right? And then put that in there, grab my other thing where it's grab, spray, go in, rinse out, back in, grab, spray. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like
feels
it's
too
like
much.
more actions you have to do. But anyway, I use primarily water with a splash of whatever car wash soap is going to soap is going to bring
Shoping
me.
and spreading, that's what we're doing
it's
here.
gonna-
Open and spread. That's what the show is all about.
We've soaped and spread it quite a few times, but I just use
boy.
whatever car soap is probably going to bring me happiness at that time.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I might throw some bubbler in there, right? Maybe I throw some GSF in there. Maybe I throw in, I don't know,
little aromatherapy.
just something in there
Yeah.
just to offer something else.
Yeah.
So,
Insomniac.
yeah.
If you had to do mobile detailing, what would you choose as your detail rig?
That's a great question.
So I've thought about
man.
this a number of
Yeah.
times. So part of me has thought so I still have the red truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of me has thought, wouldn't it be fun?
Are we talking realistic detail rigs or unrealistic?
Or just
detail
like
rigs?
total
So
dream,
I don't want to talk
goofy,
about my
funny,
dream
whatever.
rigs because
Okay.
Oh, you don't
I
wanna
don't
give away
I don't want to
ideas.
give away ideas.
That's fair.
Okay.
But I
But a
think
hypothetical
about
fun one.
So I think about when I had my detail shop, I thought about building mobile rigs. a couple mobile rigs. I had 2 big box vans, and I thought I could take one of those and turn it into a mobile rig.
Yeah.
And I could outfit it into a full detail shop on wheels. And I was kind of taking Steve's approach of like the box and the bike shop, and I'd have all this stuff in there.
Yeah.
And I realized that was a lot of overkill to be driving a box truck around, doing all this stuff. And I thought, what if I could do it a different way? And then I saw Chris from 208 Car Wash, and he's got it just all in the back of his truck.
Well, yeah.
And I
Pickup
thought,
truck?
what if I did it with the red truck?
Yeah.
And then I got license plates for it that said Shine Box.
Yeah.
What if you just got license plates? I mean, that'd be pretty great.
Someday when I can get license plates for it and I have a title in my hand, that'd be really nice. But then I thought, when I get that title, maybe I reward myself by getting those plates.
I think that's
just
a
so I
great
can have
idea.
that. But it'd be something simple and easy. I've worked out of the Suburban.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of gone over to people's places and loaded the Suburban up with stuff. So realistically, you can make it out of anything. I've seen dudes hustle on a bike with a trailer that they've made out of wood and some bike wheels and built their own kit. You can detail. Rinseless washing has allowed you to do so much. Once you learn that skill set of what you can clean with just a rinseless wash, it's unbelievable, and there's no excuse to not work out of it. It's really just comfort level and the amount of stuff you can do from a vehicle. But a small SUV, you can get a lot done. I love seeing folks doing them out of the back of I loved seeing when Zaya used to use his little HHR for
That's a
mobile
great little rig
detailing.
for that.
I love seeing people do them out of little vans. I think the newer crop of Euro style small minivans,
Like a Volkswagen Caddy type
or
thing.
the transports or the transits and
Connect.
stuff. Those I think are great for this. So
Ram ProMaster.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've driven my. I don't know.
You've
Well,
taken the
Dane,
Civic.
Dane, what would you use?
So if I'm being serious about this question,
Yeah,
not
serious,
trying to be
yeah.
funny, but if I was just like a mobile detailer who doesn't have employees, just somebody doing it
Just
by
you,
himself,
Dane.
Let's
keeping it
This is Dane
small
Hennon's-
scale.
Yeah.
This is Dane Hennon's Detail Deluxe.
This is
9 to 5.
this is my real answer. I would find myself a Toyota Prius V, the van one, the larger
Okay,
one.
yeah.
So you have a nice big hatchback. You can fit a decent amount of stuff in there. Strip out the rear seats. Turn that into something where you can put sliding drawers in that are shallow. Fit your chemicals in there, tall enough to fit a 16-ounce bottle, and do it that way. So you get great gas mileage. So you're not wasting money on gas
like
everywhere
that.
you go.
Yeah.
And it's something that has enough power to get out of its own way, going up hills. Maybe you live in a hilly area, but ultimately you're going to come out on top because you're not wasting a bunch of money getting to the places you got to go, even if it's far away.
I like it.
All right.
Anthony.
So I'm going to be completely honest with everybody here, and people need to know this.
Honda Odyssey minivan.
So
Second gen Odyssey minivan.
So if I'm doing this and mobile detailing is my new
K24
job,
turboed.
right? If I'm mobile detailing is my new job, I need
Busy
to
moto.
find a vehicle, right, big enough to fit my needs, and my needs are going to probably be a little bit shocking to some people,
Okay.
right?
What are those
whether
needs?
it's a Sprinter van, it's a large box van, or something of that nature, I have a sensitive stomach. Let's just be honest.
Oh, I know
Let's
where
just
this
be
is
honest,
going.
right?
You need to be
If
able to
I
have a
am-
place
if
to
I
have
am-
a mobile pooping station as well.
I'm not going to deny that, Levi.
He needs a mobile cam.
I know.
I need an MSU. I
Yeah.
need a mobile unit.
Yeah.
And
Spreading.
Mobile shredding
I
unit.
need a mobile shred unit, man. Like, 'cause I know what situation I would be in.
Yeah.
Because I would be at somebody's house. I would have maybe had some
Yeah.
sketchy food for breakfast
Right,
or
uh-huh.
the night before.
Yeah,
And
it
I'd be
happens.
talking to a customer and to be talking to me, hey, I'm really excited, or I'm at a business complex or whatever
Right,
it is.
yeah.
And there's not enough time. Right, or I don't have the
There's an emergency
audacity to
situation.
ask, hey,
Yeah.
can I go use the restroom?
Yeah.
I couldn't do that, and so I would need to find something that worked for me,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think one of those Sprinter van setups that has a dedicated bathroom, it would be my exploration build, whatever you
Yeah.
call
It'd
that.
be an
your-
overlander
your
rig.
overlanding
build.
build, whatever you want to call
But
it.
secretly
But it's
inside,
literally
it's
just
really
a-
just a
it's
It's
detail
just a
rig
bathroom
with a bathroom.
with a TV
a huge bathroom.
Yeah,
and some internet.
yeah.
And then the
Mobile
rest
Wi-Fi.
is all spaced out
For
for
detailing
detailing
stuff. Yeah.
equipment. And
Yeah,
people are
that's-
like, wow, what is behind that door? Oh, it's the bathroom.
Or if
open
you
it
need
up,
to save a
very
few
nice
bucks.
Open area.
Super clean. It's
breezy.
got a
You got
candle
a
lit,
fan up on top
right?
that you can crack the vent.
But I just think about that. That would be my only downfall in mobile detailing, straight up.
No, and I will say that
I would be exceptionally
it was the same for
successful.
me with shops. When we would move to shops, like I would look at different shops. I always liked checking out the bathroom because that's a spot you don't realize how much you're gonna spend in there.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing when I moved into when we moved into our shop when I was with Boise's Best. Yeah. The shop we were at the time, it was like a very unfinished bathroom. Yeah. And I remember going like, this is
not okay.
This is a weird bathroom. And it was not fun. And then when I moved into my bathroom at my shop, at my actual shop for my detail shop, I remember going, I'm home. Yeah. I can now make this mine. Yeah. And it was nice for those 6 months when I was by myself. Then I brought Matt in, and Matt was like, well, it's a nice bathroom. I was like, I know. Isn't this great? Yeah. The only thing I wished I would have had was a fan because my little brother, when he worked there, kind of blew that place up, and it would make the office smell.
Well. And on
that part wasn't fun. So,
Tug, how's it going, Tug? Yeah. Did you guys see Jamie the Cleaner's DIY bead maker air
Speaking
freshener
of, I wish
video?
I would have had
That's
some of
why
that.
I'm going to this next one.
Would have made it
something
a great
handy.
transition. Mr. Wilson saying, Levi, how is working with the rag company after all these years affected your own business? So, Mr. Wilson, I sold my shop when I started working here full time. Yep. So it hasn't really affected my business because I sold my business to work here.
The effect was very early on when you transitioned.
The effect was very early on in the sense that I was working for this company in the evenings and weekends while owning my own business until they offered me a full-time job. But you got to remember, my business wasn't hurting. I had 7 employees at the time when I sold my business, and we were doing about 150 to 175 cars a month. And so it wasn't a huge change. I just really enjoyed this business, and I like doing stuff with this company. And so that's why I worked and did all those things. So my company was very successful and was continuing to keep an upward trend. And for myself, though, I felt I needed the option to come here and not be able to give 100% of my time to this company. And so I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did the things that I did because of the fact that I could give 100% of myself to the rag company.
That kind of made a lot of sense. All right.
Made a lot of sense.
He wasn't getting pulled both ways. Now, to answer Tug's question, did you see the video?
No, I didn't, but I really needed some of that stuff.
Okay, that's why I said. That's why he asked, so he wanted to know if you saw it.
I said I didn't, but I need some of that right now.
Okay.
Because that would have been a good thing at my detail shop if I had known about that hack.
Tug, feel free to share a link for people later.
Joey saying, ha, 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 ha. And then Tyler Graff, Anthony's answer of Chemical Guys products, a good one. You need water to detail. And then in Focus Photography, who else is sick of winter? I want to drive my car again. I drive my cars every day, man. Fazal saying,
Camaro you got there.
What's up, gang? Finally got that active V2 pressure washer with the upgraded hose, stubby gun, and MTM nozzle. So excited to try it this weekend. Would love to do an OG setup for it. Nice, man. I need to get a new hose. Yeah. I plugged in my pressure washer this weekend, and I was like, uh-oh, this thing's going to burst on me pretty soon. Mm-hmm. So I need to go get me a new Gates branded hose and get all the connectors.
This hose be crazy.
Grand Hotry saying day 764. Anthony's carbon monoxide detector is my family banging on the floor ceiling to let him know that enough is enough. Please like and share to all TRC media.
It's dark, man. It's just.
I thought you said you plugged it into the wall.
Mostly. Okay.
Anthony went outside to check the car. Thief was with the same swagger as when he first confronted Trish. Christian Pena, my brother and his. Okay, that's any recommend. Yep, nope. You're gonna. Good luck with that. Alex says fireside hot tub product talk. That's right. That's how we do it. Klaus saying I need better insurance if I have hot top in my apartment. A hot tub in my apartment. Gorilla Jeebus, hot tub streams. What is this place? Twitch? Scott Belkin, what's the difference between SIC coatings and SiO2 coatings? Good question, Scott. So an SiO2 coating is pretty much the standard of what most people think of when they come up with a coating, and that stands for silicon dioxide. They're very glossy. They're very hard, but they have a tendency to create what we call holes. They are very porous still in the way that they wear. So they don't wear evenly. Like it's kind of like it's like a piece of candy. Like when you suck on a hard piece of candy, it'll wear evenly because of the way your tongue rubs on it. But something, I'm trying to think of a way to say this the best way. But basically, instead of a smooth wear of the surface, you have what opens up and becomes like very pockmarked or very holy, so to speak. So it's got these little caves and crevices.
It's like volcanic rock.
Like volcanic rock, basically. So you have to use a reload or an SiO2 infused spray to then fill in those holes to keep that surface from deteriorating at that rate. So that's why you use these reload sprays and sealants and things for that purpose.
You're not just replacing the product with the same product. You're doing something that
it needs it. So whereas SiC is a silicon carbide, it is silicon and carbide. So you've got silica and actual carbon. Carbon can be anything from nanodiamonds to actual carbon molecules that are very strong and dense. What you get out of that is you get a lot of strength and you get a lot of durability. You don't always get the highest levels of gloss that you want that you would get out of an SiO2, but you get an increased durability for that for that coating. It's up to the coating manufacturers as they create those two different ones to try and increase gloss and slickness and try and increase longevity. And so that's kind of the difference between them. But what the nice thing is with SiC, you only have to clean the surface. That's when we say you have to clay or degrease or acid wash the surface of that coating to clear the contaminants off of that surface. And that is all you have to do. It doesn't technically always need a maintenance topper. You can apply them to help lengthen the longevity, but it's not actually replacing or needing to replace anything. So I hope that's a long-winded answer, but a great question.
Right. Well, that's a good question, yes.
So we have the Hairy Horsewife says, Dane, please tell me you're having a drink at Waxstock. Team Hot Tub.
Yeah. Hey, look
Birch!
at that.
Sadly, we didn't get 200 likes for that name change.
Dang it, Simon Birch.
Awesome. And then Jamie says, let's check out that cold tub brush. Elias saying, hey, fellas, I was polishing my car with Rupes fine polish. I accidentally hit the plastic trim and got some white marks on it. Any advice on how to remove them?
Take a little bit of APC, diluted APC, onto a microfiber towel, shorten out microfiber towel, preferably like a terry, and then just kind of try to rub it off.
Or even get a VLB.
Take a little VLB brush.
Well, what's great with the VLBs is because of how dense the fibers are on it, you can do the same thing, spray a little APC, and just kind of scrub that
And if that
plastic.
doesn't come off, take a little bit of hyper polish, put it onto a microfiber towel, and just kind of rub it out, and it'll remove the stain.
And then there is a McKee's 37 product that is designed to also remove wax and polish off of those types of plastic textured surfaces.
They love their specific products.
Joey
Joey.
Belinsky says, sign up for the newsletter and watch your eyes, Levi Gates.
Watching
great.
eyes and taking names.
watching
Jamie the
eyes.
Cleaner. All right.
Tony Grenade, are you guys going to be carrying press-all sprayers? We've never talked to those guys about it.
No, I
but
haven't.
Yeah, we don't really have any
Thanks.
plans to
Yeah.
do it.
Ricardo, what's up, gentlemen? Can you use Forest or Green Star in the new IK PPF tint steel sprayer?
I
don't see why not.
You can. It'll just spray it in liquid form.
Yeah.
But I would dilute it. I can't imagine using them straight,
Straight?
inside
Yeah,
that
no.
thing with how much pressure it puts out. What's it? Goes up to, I believe, 87 psi. I think it's
Isn't it like
max
4
on that.
bars or something like that?
I know it's almost.
That's
it's
a
five
lot.
and a half.
5.5 bars. That's a lot.
That's a lot,
Yeah.
a lot.
Dino says, Anthony, what do you do if your carbon shaft is just bent a bit on the end?
Well, you bend it back.
Yes. Turn it the opposite way, right?
Yeah.
Or try at least.
That's right. Different
Harry-
muscle group.
And then
Okay.
Darren saying, Jamie, I had a cold plunge bath today when I forgot to put the warm on. Definitely not a fan. That scares me. Jamie starts laughing. JD Garage says, Anthony gonna let his steaks marinate in that hot tub water. It wouldn't surprise me. Good afternoon,
Mark
all
A.
from Mark. Sitting here coating this beautiful road guide, spraying the wheels with some coating. Listen to you guys. Have a safe weekend, my friend. Thank you,
Thank
Mark.
you, Mark.
Always
Hope you have
love
a good one,
hearing
too.
from you. Rich Smith, isn't PNS interior cleaner good leather cleaner? It is. That's what we said.
Yes,
Express.
very good leather cleaner, yeah.
And then Jamie said, yep, Express is a good cleaner for all the things. Add a sidekick to level up the expressity of said cleaning. Andre, hey, gents, any idea if extra batteries will be available for the iKit compressor? Always nice to have an extra. It's a very good question.
That is it's a very
really good
it's a
question.
very
We do not
good
currently
question.
have
One
the
of the
answer to that,
neat-
but we can find out.
I will say
I
one of
would
the
imagine they would
one
have
of the
those a
neat
la
things
carte.
is the plug-in AC adapter for the battery.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool because you can charge that battery. You just plug the thing
Well,
in there.
you have to
Oh, into
imagine.
the battery. You don't need
into
a
the
separate.
battery.
You don't need a separate dock
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I imagine we would be selling the batteries themselves
As they come out.
a la carte
Because
as
they do
come
sell
out.
individual parts for their other spares. I don't see why they wouldn't
Yeah.
with this battery.
We just haven't gotten that
Right.
info yet.
Yeah.
And John Hole saying, hey, TRC, hope you're all great. Johnny boy, what
Hope
are you
you're
doing?
great, too.
We're missing you, man.
Yeah.
How are you? Then he says, I have a question.
Ooh.
I use Zano Z12 glass polish when I want a bit more bite from a glass cleaner. What's your go-to choice when you want to really give the glass a deep clean?
Oh man,
Clarity cream.
Yeah.
PNS Clarity cream.
John,
Get in
clarity
there.
cream, and then the other answer
And
is
like a
actually
blue wool.
is on this table. Actually, one of my other answers is on this table.
one
Yeah,
more?
there isn't. Yeah, but I can't talk about that right now.
Super
Not
cool.
yet, apparently.
Randy Ricochet said, I just tried Any for the first time on my truck, and holy yes, what an amazing product. I love my existing interior, but the results and the light scent left behind from this are ridiculous. Any is really good. I like it because it's like an all-in-one. Like it's not a dressing, but it leaves the surface so nice. We tested a product. Anthony and I were given a product, and I took it home and tested it, and he was like, so what'd you think of that one? And I said, it's similar to Any. The best way I could describe it. And it's very nice. I love the product, but I love the smell of Any.
Yeah,
I think it's such a nice, easy vanilla scent. And it's perfect for those of you that are trying to get maybe a friend or a family member or a spouse or a significant other or something, a partner to clean their own vehicle.
Oh yeah, give them a bottle of that.
Give them a bottle of Any because they can't hurt anything, but they can clean everything up, and the car will smell nice, and they will like using it because they go, oh, it smells really
Yeah,
good.
you give them a
Yeah.
bottle of that and like 5 Edgeless 365s, and just tell them to have at it. They'll have a good time.
Especially if they're like, what can I use to clean the inside of my car? I just need to clean the stuff up.
No, they'll spray it and they'll love the way it
bam.
spray. I mean, it smells.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good hook product. So. Tyler Graff says, I bought a cordless tire inflator just to use on my Foam Pro 12, kicking myself for not waiting it out.
That's all right.
Hey, it's okay. You know what? Hey, you had to innovate yourself. That's okay.
You got a little impatient. It's all right.
Or says, with Anthony's 100 feet of air hose, you can fill up the neighbor's eye case.
I weirdly, dude, I can. Like, that's a straight up answer.
Run out the hall.
Neighbor's house
true.
4 doors down.
No. Harry Housewife, I do have a sensible question. My IK Foam Pro 2, every time I pump it, foam starts dribbling out the nozzle without touching the bottom. I've stripped it down, cleaned it, and greased it. Any ideas?
Let me see. I have a sensible question. On my IK Foam Pro 2, every time I pump it, foam starts bubbling out of the nozzle without touching the bottom. The bottom IV stripped it down. So what it sounds like is one of your O-rings is probably one of your O-rings is probably shot on it. So you can order an O-ring kit from IK. They are, I mean,
They're cheap.
They offer them individually. Though,
and
yes.
because there's 2 O-rings, if I remember the disassembly on where you're talking about, there's 2 O-rings where I could see that being the issue, that the pressure is going through and coming out. Actually, there's 3 O-rings technically that could be, but I think it's the first.
Just replace
It's
all
the
of
first 2. I would just order the O-ring kit and then just redo all the O-rings.
Yeah, and then you have a new machine.
Yeah. While you're in there, just do them all.
Gary at Long Island Detail Supply, we can now dub that new tool the IK Fisher Gates Pro 2 or the Fisher Gates method.
Man.
Alex saying, as Levi Gates is a Boise resident for over 600 years, batteries just can't be trusted to maintain that legacy.
Have you ever seen a battery
true.
last 600 years? I don't
The
think
years
so.
just keep adding on. 100 years, 300 years. It's just
I said I was a
600.
detailer for over 700 years.
He's hanging out with dinosaurs
detailing in my
eventually.
family.
I think I said that.
Years back.
I think I said that.
Thousands of years.
I think I said that the other day when Adam was here, and he was like, "Where did I go?"
You said it completely unfazed.
27
just
years.
straight
yeah.
talk. And yeah.
Simon Birch here at the Rag Company. We use a lot of air-driven Dremels, and they are fairly cheap too. Used a lot in automotive shops and body shops. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Rye Guy, hey fellas, been a minute since I've been on. Hope you're all well. Thank you, man. You too.
Thanks.
What is your go-to coating currently for vinyl wrapping? So we were using G-Technic Halo for a long time.
Still great.
It's still a great coating. It's easy, simple, no problems. But you can now get a little bit longer longevity and a little more hydrophobic properties with Diamond Protect because it stays flexible. And
Put it on my Jag Witches.
that's something really nice. And Dane's Jag stays really clean for some reason.
It is.
And he
it
doesn't
does.
even ever wash
The
it.
rain did most of the work. I love it.
Yeah.
And then he repeats his question.
Oh.
And then Jason M says, hey, boys, I have a Detail Factory brushes, and I always find myself using the nylon over the boar's hair. Just too nervous about scratching. For what applications do you use the boar's hair? Cup holders, center consoles,
Leather seats.
all the little nooks and crannies on the interior, leather seats, door panels.
I use it on, what's it called? Vents, air conditioning vents. I use it on seatbelt, buckles.
Yeah, where the
I use
says
it
press.
on. So boar's hair gets softer with time.
Yeah.
You're like sanding boar's hair every time you're using it on a surface
Yeah.
and using it with a chemical.
braiding it.
So it begins to get softer. It'll start to wear down with
And
time
the more
as well.
chemicals and liquid you use, it because it's a natural hair, it flexes
Yeah,
more
it'll
and it
be-
starts to really soften
It
up.
becomes safer with use. Right out of the box, I agree. It might be like, what the heck do I use this on? 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
I
pretty
wouldn't use
stiff.
it on paint.
But no, we wouldn't. No, we don't.
Unless
we'll
you're
never
gonna
use
correct it.
Boar's hair on paint.
Floor mats.
If you're going to correct it, go for it. But
Yeah.
other than that, no. So I get what you're trying to say. Just the more you use it, the better it gets. But try to focus on any hard surfaces on the interior. Don't use it on piano black, but use it on other random intricate areas. And you'll find that with time it'll get softer and it'll be nicer.
Yeah.
Ryan says, Jason, and that's always been the question in the back of my mind as well. And then the Harry Horse Drive says, man, I need to get some Uno Advance. Yes, you do.
Good call.
And then Hans closed in just yelling.
Product yellers. Yes, we brought him back.
Yes.
Then Gran F saying, what's everybody's favorite 1960s sports car? So I have a redhead that I work on every once in a while that
What's her name?
someday, if I could own that car, I would.
Oh, cars, yes.
She is a tiger.
Is she
dear.
I
really?
tell you. So it's a first year GTO with this car is a first year GTO in red with a 6-speed Tremtech in it, and then it's got
Tremec?
a Tremec,
Okay,
and then it's
yeah.
got it's pretty crazy. It's got tri-power, so 3 carburetors,
Yeah.
three double barrel two barrel carbs on it. The car is stupid fast. I've driven it here.
427?
No, I can't. I think it's I don't know if it's a 427. It might, but it's that car's stupid quick and fast and just brutal.
Okay.
But I love the look of that car, and whenever I get to work on it, I'm like, it's my favorite day when I get to do that. And I've done that car probably 8 times in my life, detailed it, and it's like the customer has me pick it up or they drop it off to me and I get to drive it, and he's like, yeah, just take her for the weekend. And I've told him I would love to have this car someday. So I asked him if he could put me in his will for it, and he kind of laughed and said, anyway, I'll pick it up on Monday. And I was like, damn.
Dodge the question.
But anyway, that car still is probably my favorite for a 60s era sports car because it's 2-door GTO. It's cute.
So,
Nice.
Dane, you got to go really quick because then we got to start cooking because we have
We're
20 minutes
on
and
like
we're
page 3. We're okay.
Well,
We're
we have to
41
talk
minutes
about-
behind.
Oh, right. We got
we
to
have
talk about those.
some stuff. Well,
Okay. Well, you
something
said
here.
Tiger, and I thought of Sunbeam Tiger, which is cool. But
So-
I think Alpine A110. I like
Okay.
those.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
I don't even know what an Alpine 110 is.
1960s, there wasn't any great Hondas with VTEC, so I mean, they
You
probably.
had the S600.
There was that
that did not have VTEC.
No, it was pre-VTEC. It was like a motorcycle engine, but it's actually a fantastic little car.
No, I don't think it was.
You don't need to pick that
I
one.
don't think it was.
Or an S800.
I mean, the 60s, what did the 60s have?
Well, there's a Toyota 2000 GT.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
There's
Jaguar E-Type.
Jags.
there's the GT350s, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
There's Mustang GT350s.
I don't know.
A Ferrari
500s.
250 GTL. Ferrari
There's
Lusso.
There's Chevelles. There's
Ferrari bread van.
Camaros.
The
There's
thing is, so I've detailed a lot of these.
Ferraris.
I've detailed a lot of these weird cars.
Lamborghinis.
I've detailed a lot of these weird cars you talk about. I've also wiped down probably countless of these weird
have,
cars.
yeah.
You know, and
You just don't care as much.
Is there any old car that you've touched it?
He's
Like-
not an old car guy.
I
What
touched
about
a
any of the GT40s when we were at Monterey?
I literally could care less.
Even a GT40 doesn't do anything for
I
you?
could care less about those cars because I'm always like, give me a tuner car that I really like. It's not that I don't respect them or that I don't like them or I don't think they sound good or whatever it is. They're amazing, right? But like I don't have like a favorite. You can't just say, hey, go pick your favorite. I don't really have one.
Well, I see
Yeah.
I had a British person obviously popping in with the Aston Martin DB5 best 60s. I mean, it's James Bond.
Yeah.
I just
so
don't really have one.
that's a safe choice.
Anthony says Volkswagen Beetle.
Aston Martin Zagato.
Could maybe. All right, so
Cal-El
Cal-
saying...
Okay,
Go ahead.
Levi, you want to eat some of these comments?
Yeah. Is advanced a sheeter or a beads? Thank you, boys. Kind of does whatever you want it to do. If it's raining, it's going to bead because it's sitting on the surface, and on the sides, it's going to run off. So it just depends on the velocity of the amount of water. Bearded Hunter going, ha ha ha, the transmission is definitely rev happy, but it's all right as long as it continues to be bulletproof, then I'm fine with it.
That's what matters.
That's
Hunter.
all that matters.
Enjoy.
You just say, congratulations, Hunter. That's awesome.
You move on.
Mike Ray is saying, happy Friday Eve. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. Ed May, what do you guys think is the best car soap that not only cleans, but will give you a best gloss? Bubbler's really nice for that because it's got some
Bubbler,
protection.
yeah, Bubbler, yeah.
Nano Magic is nice because it gives you some good hydrophobics. Ron saying, late to the party. What's up, TRC?
Hey, Ron.
How you doing, man? Christopher Cross, famous musician, saying, hey, guys, picked up a 2020 CRV after my 2010 Nissan transmission finally died after 94,000 miles.
No.
Waiting for a warm enough weekend to coat it with DB36 and glass, though.
But that's exciting.
That's
though.
awesome. Congrats on the new car. Any tips for polishing out the former mom car? Chris, no, you can just, the former mom car, if you want to, like, I just pick up some last cut and a yellow wool or yellow foam pad and just do a quick cleanup. Says I have a Rupes Mark III and blue yellow pure compounds, foam pads, and a couple wool. So I would do yellow. I'd do fine. Start with fine, working on out. You guys are the best, and I won't miss a show on the podcast channel next week. Thank you, Chris. We
Smart.
appreciate
Thank
it
you for
so
that.
much.
Was the
Hugo
Nissan a CVT?
Fireflies saying, hey guys, what's going on? And then Darren saying, oh, just clicked what in Lord Anthony's box, man. I want one.
Oh, this is back. All right.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. We're like 47 minutes.
All right. We'll get there. We're
all
on
right,
page 2.
Okay. Tony saying, hey guys, question for
Hey.
today. Who are y'all's best friends? Like each of you individually?
Obviously, Tony must.
Thank you, Tony, for that great
Tony is
question.
so-
I had a great
Tony is
comment.
so
I had a great
funny.
talk with Tony this week.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
dude
it's like
kills
we
me every
never,
time.
it's almost like we,
So
you know, we are
I
best
just
friends.
see him saying it. So like,
So-
who are each of your guys' like best friends? Like
Let's be honest.
each
know,
of you.
Don't hurt
Like,
my feelings.
Who's
but
your
be
best
honest.
friend? Like I just can see him saying it. I'm like, Tony, that's kind of a weird question to ask.
Anthony has a real best friend that lives with him. Used to live with him.
He lives
He's like
with
his
for-
brother. He owns a lightsaber, and he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Dane has a best friend. Has 6 best friends that he travels the country, mostly the Pacific Northwest with,
Yeah.
and goes on hiking trips once a year. But that's the only time we ever hear or talk about them.
Yeah, no, I'm a loner the rest of the
yeah.
time.
He goes.
But-
They go up into the mountains.
Yeah, they go to
and,
the
like,
mountains.
And like he says that his friends were bringing special things.
Yeah.
And then he comes back from the trip and he goes, "Guys, I'm super enlightened about."
Just
Yeah, and he
hermit,
says that
yeah.
was a great. He goes, that was a great trip, and then we go. So what are you guys going to do stuff again? They live. And he goes, oh, we all live in different places.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
We'll
Come
see you in
together
2
once a
years.
year to spend time with each other. I have lots of friends. I have
Everybody's
a
your friend.
couple best friends that are super close, and then I've got just a bunch of friends. So That's pretty much it.
Levi
Are any of them
Levi-
Tony?
Levi also has his wife, right? So-
Yeah, she's a friend. Yeah, no, my wife is a friend.
Tony, you're a friend.
Tony, you're a friend. But yeah, no.
Moving along.
It is a very awkward question. Thanks. Jay, are you guys going to MTV? Jay, I'm going to be there. You can talk to me. Kirby Thompson, I was wondering about those new bottles of Mountain Dew. And then Umberto, Anthony has a new something or other. Rye Guy says, pretty sure no one likes that Mountain Dew flavor, lol.
No, that's
Grant
just,
says, no, we know what you're talking
read
about.
between the
Thanks to our
lines.
friends at Pepsi for bringing us this great
This
new
is
release. It's our
it.
best thing.
Yeah.
We enjoy
of all
it.
the flavors in the
I'll
world,
drink
this
like
is
half
one
of
of
it.
them.
I keep drinking it. It's weird. I keep going. Dane's only taken a sip.
You notice I've been
Anthony
drinking
and
my water ever since.
Anthony and I are halfway through our bottles,
Guys.
and that's Anthony's second of the day.
That is Mountain Dew.
That
That's what
is
that
a flavor.
That is Mountain Dew.
Anything that comes out of a box gets over. Looks at Dane. Says, oh gosh, Darren says, "Oh dearie me, never have been aroused by Anthony when he drunk that Pepsi." The taste of a new generation, says Alex Dewar. Harry Housewife says, "Need more coconut flavored things."
I agree.
Joey Belinsky, remind me to run all future vehicle purchases by Dane.
Yes.
Alex
I
says,
promise my limits are.
I've
specific.
contacted G. Davis about the move.
Special.
We need we need him. Dino, is there an update on Red Truck, or is it ever going to have some papers? Only appropriate play for Red Truck is no title from Alex.
You're just driving around somebody's property forever.
Oh man.
It's my property. Demo says, King Cake time. Would you guys like the same flavor
Oh my
or
God.
chocolate,
Whoa.
strawberry, raspberry, cream cheese, lemon, or half and half?
Oh my-
Any
It is
oh
not-
my
it is-
gosh, I want all of
Raspberry
those.
cream
I want all of those, and I
cheese?
need those.
Hold
I need
on.
those beignet mix. I need more beignet mix.
Is it?
My kids
Is it
like
that
love to make it.
time
It's
already?
that time of the year again.
Where's the
freaking
time
way.
go?
Fat Tuesday's coming up. Mardi Gras time
no
again.
freaking way.
It's
It's
always
already coming up?
it's always end of January, middle of February,
Dude,
up
I
to
feel
beginning of
like-
March.
I feel like it just happened.
Just when's it falls on the liturgical calendar.
Oh my god.
So,
I'll leave that.
I'm
up to
voting
you.
raspberry
I mean,
cream cheese. Personally.
We'll do with Dane. He always
Dane,
wants to
I'm
know how's
lactose
the cream
intolerant.
cheese.
I like chocolate.
You're welcome to have chocolate. I'm not a huge chocolate fan. So
half
I'm
and
just,
half of
you know,
any,
throwing a
or
vote
half
out
and
there.
half,
half chocolate,
of any two
half
fillings.
raspberry cream.
There we go.
cheese.
We'll do that.
All right.
And then I need some more beignet mix
The
from
Yes.
Cafe Du Monde.
Yeah.
I need some of
Here
that.
comes
Thank you,
Aaron's.
Demo. I appreciate it. Aaron's, how long would you stay in a detailing business? I'm worried about burnout and taking toll on your body. Do you ever feel burnout when you're doing it full time? All the time, Aaron. That's why you got to find stuff to do and keep up with it. And
listen
that's
to
why,
us.
and listen to us because we're trying to make it. You want to make it fun and exciting. That's also why events like Mobile Tech
Yeah. Actually gets you
are
out.
really
Yeah,
good
it's nice.
because it
Breath of
gets
fresh
you
air.
out of that hole by yourself. There's things like Education Day, which is the first day where you can literally take classes on how to better your detailing business or yourself or learn about new products. And then there's events in the evenings, there's dinners, there's fun stuff. There's an IDA meet and greet. There's all kinds of cool stuff that you can do. And then on the next 2 days are literally trade show days where you can go around and you can talk to the companies that maybe you've had questions about, or maybe you want to learn about a new product, or you've seen a product on the internet that you actually want to hold in your hand. 9 times out of 10, they've got it right there and you can check it out yourself. But it's a lot about the camaraderie of meeting and talking to fellow detailers, and that will stave off that burnout because all of us, I've had it. Aaron, I've been doing this for 700 years, almost a millennia, and I will tell you, I've felt it all the time.
But they're people from all walks of life.
But
so
it's everybody.
it's
Everybody
not
gets it
limited to
because
just one.
it's such a lonely gig, especially when you're a solo operator in a shop, and it's hard because you start to get into your own mind. You're like, man, sometimes you just need someone to be in the building with you and say, hey, how you doing? Or be on a job with you so you can joke and tell stories and all that stuff. So it is a real deal, but that is one of the benefits of these events or trainings. Go into any trainings.
We gotta keep moving.
But that's what it is. So
keep moving.
Joey Belinsky, those bubble guts might be the side effect from those gummies, Anthony. Not speaking
It's
from
not.
experience.
It's not. My body's completely used to those,
Hugo-
except for sugar-free gummies.
Hugo says you could just get a trailer with a porta potty for Anthony.
that would work.
Ron saying the
Yes.
spirituation. I see what Anthony did
Yeah.
there. And then Aaron says doing it as a hobby is different than being in the field. That's true.
Very, very true.
Demo says the MSU mobile sawzall unit for Anthony.
Zaza.
Han says, Levi, is your old company still running today? My company got got closed and became renamed into Lupo Auto Spa.
Bam.
Brionical tongue action needs to be on the late night podcast.
dear.
Oh my God.
Craig Tershel, Levi, I saw your video of your favorite way to apply Uno Advanced using the Blue Roop as wool pad. Can you expect to get the same amount of longevity out of the product? Yes, you can.
We are on page 1, by the way.
Excellent. And then Christine saying, Levi laying down the ceramic coating knowledge. Yes, thank you. You're welcome. Nate Marcy, does Diamond Body 36 need a maintenance topper such as Diamond Quick Body, or is it optional? It's optional, but the topper for yourself, if you want to do a maintenance topper, is Diamond Quick Body.
Yeah.
I finally put it on my car 1 year after I've installed the coating. I cleaned the car and then I just put it on.
Yeah.
Fred saying, do you like KCX active foam for maintenance washes to help unclog coatings? Not as a maintenance wash. I think it's too much. I think GSF
pretty
is perfect
strong.
for that.
Much.
Tony says, hey
That's
guys,
a
someone
Dane
recently
Nets
called
watch.
me an off-brand G Davis. If you were an off-brand someone, who would you be? I'll take my answer off the air. Thank you.
Hold on. I just want to say, so maintenance wash on Actifoam, because I feel like we
It's
can
a-
skip that.
it's like
No,
a
yeah.
9.
It's like use it if you want to use it like once a month to treat yourself, maybe with the scent of it. I would even say that's too much.
That's
It's
still
like
too
every
much.
couple months do one wash.
You could do it
and-
every quarter.
but like I guess what
Every
you're
3
trying
months.
to say. Yes, but just don't make it a consistent thing because
too much,
it
'cause
will
it'll-
start breaking down.
Well,
the
and
coating.
especially the coating, if it's a lower end coating or a coating that's
Yeah,
not designed for
it'll start
certain
eating
pHs,
through that,
it's
man.
going to start ruining
I mean,
it. It'll start
Actifoam
taking
is
it off.
surprisingly strong for what it is.
Yeah.
So, Keith King says, target high-end customers with less frequency or stick with upper middle class income markets.
That's a really hard one, Keith, to nail down.
Yeah.
Keep your options
You can
open.
target your high-end customers, but they're still going to come in at the same amount of frequency that your middle, upper class.
Yeah, honestly,
People are
and
gonna
sometimes
come.
those high-end customers are pretty cheap guys.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
they're
if
not
you
all
price
that.
The
yourself-
high-end cars could be pretty cheap
Yeah.
paying customers.
I only had maybe 2 out of a number of people that were my high-end clients that were actually, one was just getting his Suburban detailed,
Yeah.
and the other one would get him and his wife's just E-Class Mercedes. But they were very high-end gentlemen in the sense that they both were very wealthy,
I
but
think
they
it
brought
depends
in.
on if the consistency is there with the high-end stuff, even if it's less frequent, but it's consistent.
Yeah.
Right. If it's spaced out, but it's still in the plans.
The key is
you know,
try and
maybe
sell them
more.
maintenance washes. Try and just keep your
Consistent
face.
work.
The goal is that you want them to think of you as the car keeper, so to speak. You want them calling you for when they need tires. You want them when they say, "Hey, I need to take it to the mechanic," or "I need to take it to the dealership," or something. You want to be able to be the one that they reach out to.
You're the trusted confidant.
Yeah, to get that process going or give them a referral. Harry Housewife, Any is unreal, man. That stuff helped me clean the whole interior of a dirty farm vehicle. Some TRC towels, some detail factory brushes will do a banging job. That's right. Dino says, wait a week or two and someone will rig a Milwaukee battery to that IK compressor. You're right.
I know they will.
Craig Schwent. I have a Milwaukee cordless tire inflator. I might just use that. Never tried it. There you go.
Man, give it a
Kirby,
shot.
will the TRC store stock the MTM PF22 rebuild kit?
I have no idea.
No idea, Kirby. We will find out. JD Garage saying no car good enough for Dane, no battery good enough for Levi, and
that's
then
not
Demo
true.
says no trim good enough for Anthony.
That is true.
That's true.
Unless it's an IK sprayer battery. Just want to be clear.
And let's
Yeah,
be
no,
fair,
that's a
he's
good
always
battery. I
hungry.
actually really like that IK sprayer battery. Harry Housewife saying IK Foam Pro 2 maintenance kits order. Just want to be clear. Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Yes.
And
I
then
think it's Sandy ordered them.
Craig Schwent says, I usually use Chemical Guys APC diluted 10-1 for interior, and it works great. But I see vehicles where people say, don't ever use APC on interior. Thoughts? Yeah, I try not to use an APC on that, mostly because of the causticity of that product or the high alkaline
Might
content.
Wipe off the letters on a switch.
It can damage
will
that
absolutely
stuff.
wipe
It'll absolutely wipe
You
it
don't
off.
want to do that.
It'll take them right off.
Those will never go back.
Yeah, so you can find unscented interior specific cleaners that are a little more delicate. The key is your pH scale, Craig. That's what we're looking at. You want to stay in that neutral, anywhere from 6 to 8 on your interior products.
Yeah.
Harry Housewife, Aston Martin, DB5 best 60 sports motor, JD Garage. You know you have no life when you tell your wife you're gonna go have a few cold ones with the boys, and she laughs and says, "What boys? You got no friends." The boys at the
I'm
rag
your
company.
friend.
That's what you got to do. Mike H. Hey guys, new to the channel. I live in a condo, so I've been looking for a waterless, rinseless wash solutions. Is one better to get over the other? No, waterless is what's in the bottle. Rinseless is what's in the bucket. You got to add water to rinseless. So
Right.
they both work together, separate, whatever timing you have, whatever the weather's like. Just depends on where your setup is.
Pick one, absolute ONR
Yep.
if you're on rinseless.
Yeah.
Which the next question is, which one is better, absolute or ONR? They are both great. They are different in a lot of different ways. Try them both.
The
see which ones
experience
you like.
differs, so find out which
Ron
one.
says, I'm a one-man operation. I just crank up the stereo and go to work. There you
Yeah.
go, Ron.
There you go.
JD, sometimes rich people are cheapest. They didn't get rich by blowing all their money away.
Yep.
You want to do the next one?
Then I'll say it now. Thanks for giving us another couple hours of your time. Makes sure everyone likes and subscribes, and we'll see you over on the podcast channel next week. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then we have just a couple left here, and I'm going to jump into the good stuff.
All right.
I've,
Eventually, once you get a reputation to, ONR work in the IK Foam Pro 12 sprayer so you don't have to pump it as much. Yes. Do they need to have a multi-pro 12? No, but it's just the spray pattern's different. Or just, it won't foam, it'll just splatter on the thing.
Yeah.
Or just use an IK Multi-Pro 2 with or without the compressor taped to your leg. Whatever you feel like. JD Garage,
be a little
eventually,
awkward.
once you get a reputation and gain enough clients, you will be able to pick and choose what jobs to take. That's when it gets good. That's where I'm at. I get to pick and choose the stuff that I want to work
Well,
on.
you don't need to price yourself down, Mark. You
No.
can price yourself fairly and kind of weed out some of the folks who may be a
Yes.
little tougher to work
Dino
with.
says, when I had CSU on my car, I washed it every week with active foam. And once a month with super foam, no problem for 2 years, sold a car. But it was the same performance like the day it was put on. There you go.
nice.
Yep.
And he used a drying aid, though, every wash. So that's nice. That helps. Grant says, you want to be a go-to car curator. That's exactly right,
Yeah.
Grant. Craig saying, thanks, guys. Those answers really help. You're welcome,
Good.
man. Darren also, sorry, guys. My thumbs type faster than my brain. I clicked send before I even know what I've
dangerous.
written.
And we are now
Oh,
caught
fine.
up, which
All
gives
right,
us
man,
5
we got
minutes.
All right.
6 minutes.
What was the results
I
on the
don't know.
poll?
What are
Nick,
the-
what's the
we don't have
results
any
on the poll?
results.
Do we have a result on which
Gabe,
one was
do you
the
have any
winner?
results?
I think midway through it was the box.
I don't know if it was the box. I kept hearing other stuff.
The poll.
is it the box?
What was the result?
Kept
'Cause
hearing
I
the
don't have it
term
here.
Christmas
I'm trusting
sack.
Gabe is going to give us an answer
I
here.
heard
So.
those as well. Should we ring the bell?
Oh, the door's opening.
What's that? Your box. My box?
Your box. Okay.
All right.
There we
cowbell.
go. There we go.
Nice. Okay. So my box in front of me here. I gave a little tease of this on the Rag Company Instagram. This right here is the new Rag Cope.
Rag Cope.
Rag Cobra.
Rag Company Ultra Utility Brush, right? Do you want to know what the code name was here at the Rag Company when creating this brush?
What was it?
It was the boob.
Oh, no.
The blue Ultra Utility Brush is what this was.
I forgot about those
It
days.
was called the Boob, B-U-U-B, and I don't know if we can get away with that on the actual release.
I somehow doubt
But
that.
I did give you guys a tease on this on Instagram. So, anyways, opening this thing up, this is pretty cool. This is going to be joining the TRC Ultra line of products.
Right.
And this thing is absolutely
I actually really love this brush.
vibrant and
spiraling.
beautiful. So, what we were looking for is a do-it-all brush for anything exterior related,
Yep.
right? We're pretty picky about our brushes. And what we loved is the wooden handle that other brush companies have done. We thought that was really cool, but we wanted to make our own little twist on it, do some different type of flag tip nylon bristles in here, and then also obviously add our logo to it. So things that this is going to be killer for, really anything exterior related. Whether
Yeah,
hold it up a
if you
little
want to knock out wheels with this thing, you can knock out wheels, faces of wheels specifically.
Yeah.
If you want to knock
Grills.
out grills, you want to knock out glass.
Cowls.
Levi is obsessed with using this type of brush on cowls. Convertible tops is going to be something. Door jams, it's going to be safe enough for door jams. You could
use it on the bottom of the car.
Rubber floor mats. You could use this on, like, quite literally, it's an everything brush, right? So for me, what I was thinking of when we were first, kind of designing it and taking it on, you guys know my Dodge Ram has vinyl floors.
Yeah.
Right? This right here.
Yeah, it's perfect
is
for it.
perfect for vinyl floors because the bristles are still not they're stiff enough but not too stiff to where I'd feel uncomfortable
It's still
using
very
it.
soft.
You're not gonna use
But
it
it's
on
still
edge.
soft and it will get softer with time. So again, flag tip nylon. So each of these bristles split at the end, making a very, very soft surface.
It feels
And then-
very similar to the green body brush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in terms of it's almost softer than
it's softer than the
It's
green
super
body
gentle
brush.
feeling. Yeah.
And I do think that the bristles are of higher quality than that. And so, other than that, though, wooden handle. This thing, it is a I believe it's a sealed wood, so it's not going to just deteriorate the second that you throw it in there. Throw it in water. But I will say, if you do leave it in liquid for long periods of time, it's sealed.
It can't penetrate
that,
areas,
and so you just wouldn't want it mold or anything like that growing on it. But it does have the embossed Rag Company logo there at the top, which is super sweet, and it's weirdly comfortable. I saw some comments on Instagram, people saying, I can feel the arthritis happening. I can feel the carpal tunnel happening. Guys, I'm guaranteeing you that your hands are larger than mine.
I was going to say, small hands, he holds it just
mine
fine.
still wraps around the top
mine are
there.
larger than yours.
Well, hand it to Aunt Levi so you can see what it looks like in
I
his
love the way
hand.
it feels.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
So you can see how much more my fingers hang over there.
Yeah.
But this is very comfortable and easy
comfortable.
because I'm not.
Can I have it back? I want my brush
Yeah,
back.
but you think that, but it's the same feel I have holding that I do when I hold the applicators.
Yeah.
The pucks. It's the same. I'm not using any strength in my hand to really hold it intact. It's just.
But other than that, though, I mean, you can use it with APCs.
Yeah. Thank you, Joey. That's right. Nice to see the child-sized hand compared to a gentleman's hand.
That's what we're all about here.
APCs, interior cleaners. The nylon bristles are safe on leather as well. It's safe on pretty much virtually all plastics on an interior panel.
Yeah.
It's a do-it-all brush. That's what we called it, utility brush, because we could not think of just one
Does a
thing
lot of stuff.
it would be good at. It's good at a lot of things, but we wanted it to be durable, and we felt like this design is probably going to be the best thing for it. It's also great for just doing some light dusting on like convertible tops, right? You have a little bit of dust on there from sitting in the garage. Maybe it's from sitting over winter. Instead of re-wetting something, you can actually take this and just lightly dust everything, and it'll be safe. That's it, though. I mean, other than that, though, this is the codename Boob, the blue Ultra Utility Brush. We'll keep that between us. I don't
And
know.
all of
And
our
our
friends that just
100
watch
closest
this,
friends.
and
all of
the
our-
possible 2,500 people that'll watch this by tomorrow.
All of our friends watching this. But, dude, it's awesome. I mean, so where can you find it? You'll have to
put it
wait
in
till this
backwards.
weekend. What's that? I
put it in.
I did put it in
Yeah.
backwards. Wait till this weekend. You will be able to hopefully...
Yes, it will work on tires and or leather.
Yeah.
You can use that. Cost is coming. Make sure that you sign up for the newsletter and make sure that you got it. Joey, it does work on dogs.
It's gentle enough your dog won't mind.
Yeah.
So I will say, though, that's all the teas that you guys are going to get, and it goes way back in
That's
the
it.
box.
Dane, take us home.
Hold on.
He's saying something.
Hold on. You want me to be honest with everybody? You guys picked the wrong product. I mean,
did.
this is awesome. This is amazing. But there is something else on this table that's sitting in front of Dane that I think is so much cooler than this.
Yeah.
And I say that as a picky guy, but, I love you guys.
You guys done good.
The other ones we've had a lot of fun making. So
yeah.
you're just going to have to wait for that one.
Sign up for the Rag Company newsletter, theragcompany.com.
There you
All
go.
right.
Dane, take us home.
All right, so obviously I've been saying it in and out every point during the show, but I'm going to say it again one last time for all of you who are hanging out here right now. You guys, this is the last time, for the foreseeable future, as long as this works, that you will see the Q&A Thursday show here on the main Rag Company channel. Why is that? Well, it's because the Q&A Thursday show is moving over to the Rag Company podcast YouTube channel. And if you're not sure where to find that, we have a very helpful link that's been posted right here, pinned in the chat. All you got to do is go up there, click on it. It will take you to the Rag Company podcast YouTube channel. You'll want to subscribe to that, hit the bell so you get notifications whenever we go live there, and that's how you will find future Q&A Thursdays and our podcast. So that's where you're going to find those from now on, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have stuff here on the main channel. It means we're actually going to have real detailing programs. I'm throwing it out there, making sure people understand the difference. So you get it. You understand. So please, if you haven't done so, go subscribe there. And before you do that, click like on this video so we can get the views out. We can go ahead and show people. And I want everybody to be made aware. So if you know somebody who wasn't here for today's show, tell them too. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Well, till next week, where we'll all be on the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel. That's all of us saying.
Bye, guys.
Mahalo.
See ya.